everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will, I'm a D&D sex icon, and I'm here today with a full custom crew of monthly modules. It's episode 2, we've got the whole team here today, and we're going to get up to some shenanigans. So let's go around the custom crew, let's figure out who we are and who we're playing today. Of course, we have with us our Dungeon Master, Obo Crazy. Obo, how you doing, my friend?
I am super excited to have the full crew here for, as you said, shenanigans.
Absolutely. There's no other way to do it. We have to have shenanigans. Now there's all of us. There's going to be almost twice as many shenanigans, so I'm looking forward to it. We have with us, let's go around the players and figure out who we're playing as well today. We have Harley's Armory. Sam, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited that everyone's here and that, you know, it's the full cast, and I'm just excited. I'm going to be playing Nyla. She's an elf ranger. She's awkward, and yeah, she's edgy now.
Awkward and edgy. Excellent.
I don't know, after last week, you weren't that edgy.
Okay,
True.
Real stoned.
Amazing. We also have with us Toto D tonight. Toto D, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm excited to be back after being able to not be here last week. I will be playing Trinkle T-Bottle, your favorite halfling bard. She is the hype woman of the group who's trying to become the hero of all time now, apparently, and I'm excited just to be here and to see what kind of shenanigans we get into, because apparently a lot of crap went down last week that was very interesting, so I'm excited to be a part of it this time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Toto D. We also have Lauren with us today. Lauren, how you doing?
Oh, I am doing excellent. I'm super happy that everyone's here and I finally get a chance to play with everybody. So today I am playing Sugar Adelard, the youngest of the Azamars. She is a paladin of Sunni, but she's also got a little warlock in her, as Nyla and Rylan saw last week. So I'm excited to see my other brother next.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, we have Chris Senrith back with us tonight. Chris, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good, thanks. Had a great holiday, but I kind of missed out on the last episode, but I'm happy that everyone's here this time. It's going to be great. Yeah, a little holiday in Scotland. Saw Misty Mountains, Caverns Deep, Dungeons Old. It was great. But yeah, I'll be playing Ziomedes. He's the second of the Adelard family, and he's a shirtless barbarian, a champion of Bahamut, so he's part of the Zealot, and he doesn't tolerate even minor evils, so he's ready to do some good.
Absolutely. Great stuff. Lauren, the 13 months there. Boom. Well, that's before we dive into today's game, before we recap what happened last time. I remind you guys, of course, we're sponsored by Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice, ! Sponsor. We'll drop you links to all of these guys. Of course, Fantasy Grounds is the maps we're going to be using on today. All of the roles that you're going to see today are using Fantasy Grounds, which you can try out for free as a demo version and check it out. Also, we're sponsored by D&Dice.co.uk. Go over to their website, D&Dice.co.uk, and save yourself 5% using the coupon code ENCOUNTERROLEPLAY at checkout. And of course, we're also sponsored by Wayland Games for all of your miniature needs. If you're playing on a real-life tabletop, whatever real life is, you can go over and save yourself 20% discount on Warhammer minis, D&D minis, Magic the Gathering cards. They sell a ton of stuff over there, so check it out. Other than that, though, you can interact with today's game as well. If you haven't followed the show yet, hit the follow button and join us. When we hit 20 followers, you guys get to decide something which happens next in our campaign. And of course, here is a tweet for you guys as well. 20 retweets, and we'll have another viewer decision. I will allow no giant crane flies or creepy bug viewer decisions today. That is vetoed because they're too many in real life right now. And of course, you can donate to affect the game by giving players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges, and worse. Other than that, though, I'll hand over to Obo Crazy, our Dungeon Master, to talk us through what happened last week and to take us into this episode.
What happened last week? Well, you know, I feel like the best way to describe what happened last week is to have a little bit of a chat with Ziomedes and Trinkle. Because last week, Ziomedes and Trinkle were asleep the whole time. Because you guys had a rough couple of days, and the last thing you remember is the big fight with the vampire dude and everything. And now, as the two of you come to consciousness, you look around in this inn, surrounded, surrounded so much, but your friends are there as well as this new woman that you don't really know and this older lady who's standing by the door, and you hear them talking softly, and then you hear this woman, this older woman at the door say, "Oh, I think your friends are finally waking up, but I said it's just going to take them a while to come back from the dead. Hello?"
What the? Wait, so we didn't get a private room ourselves?
Oh no.
No,
Okay.
sadly, this inn, the Lamb's Rest only has the one big room that you guys kind of took up.
And the first night I put us all in the same bed, but it was a little uncomfortable, so then I separated everybody. You snore, Ziomedes. You snore a lot.
Who are you?
Well, it was a grueling
Hi,
battle.
I'm Sugar. Who are you?
I'm Trinkle. Wow.
You're
I look
red.
around, I'm looking at Nyla and Rylan for any confirmation.
Not encouragingly. It's okay, Trinkle. This is my sister, Sugar. Ziomedes, you remember our sister?
I think I fainted when I saw you. I was like in complete disbelief, and then it all went black.
Wait, so this is really your sister?
Yes.
Oh,
What are you
hi.
doing here?
Well, I brought your bodies here.
Thank
Wait,
you.
You're welcome. And now, you're awake. Isn't that exciting?
You didn't
Yeah,
answer
where
that
are
question.
we?
What's the question? What is the question?
Sorry, Ziomedes, go. I'm just, when I wake up, I talk and I talk and I talk and I talk. So go for it.
I'm just the same. I think we are going to be very good friends.
Probably.
I know it's the evening, but we did make some coffee before. Would you like some coffee? It seems like your friends liked the coffee once they came back from the dead. So here you go. And she kind of holds over a tray with some fresh coffee on it. Even though it's evening,
yeah.
because why not?
I grab a cup.
Yeah, might as well be polite. Do you happen to have any, crumpets or anything? Or, bread? My tummy is, a little hungry.
She makes good scones.
Scones! I love scones. So,
Here you go, dear. And like magic, she's got a plate of a variety of scones, muffins. If I remember correctly, in the morning she had come from downstairs with a giant plate of breakfast foods, bagels, lox and cream cheese, that kind of thing. And they're a little stale, but there's a variety.
perfect. Sounds great. I grab one of each and I just start eating. Okay, so sugar.
Perhaps it's
Yeah.
best that I explain. Sugar has problems.
I do not have
Problems?
Explaining
You have
things
problems.
was how I was going to finish that sentence, and I thought
Really, that was a long pause, Rylan. I recall
was thinking
saving
about-
you from a hag a few hours ago. I don't have problems. You might have problems.
It's not at all
Wait,
how I
why is
remember.
Rylan with a hag? I thought
It was
he liked
trying to
Nyla.
eat him.
Now listen. Here's what's happened. So we all died. Okay, everyone died, and this old woman, whose name,
Sunday.
Is an
Sunday.
like I said, old woman. She has very kindly saved us all and brought us back from the dead, resurrecting us. So we have this old lady to thank. In return for our lives, she's asked that we help her out a little bit and perform a few simple tasks, like we killed a hag recently and a baby was born. And that's the last we're going to talk about babies. So that's essentially what's happening. So we're here to help out in exchange for towels, magical towels and jugs of mayonnaise. Now, I think that's pretty conclusive. So why don't you all get up and we'll set to.
So
Towel.
we don't care for golden pots anymore. So now it's pots full of mayonnaise. Is what we're going.
That's right.
We're
Well,
not
I do
making
plan on-
mayonnaise.
I do plan on sending you on jobs to get paid, because it's only fair if you are going to go do good things and risk your lives and things that you should get some money for it. I mean, that's only
I
fair.
got-
But
6
Yes.
gold from the hag corpse and a green gem.
you guys seemed
Yeah,
really
green
excited about the towels, so I gave you a whole bunch of towels too.
That's right.
Towels are nice. Okay,
Very
good question
good
though. Rylan, are you the baby of the family?
No, Sugar is some years my younger.
Okay. Diomedes, are you the oldest? Or are you underrated?
Rylan is the middle child.
I'd be the oldest. Yeah.
No wonder he's forgetting. Anyway.
Um,
No wonder he's dark and brooding! He needed to prove himself! Trust me,
gets
I know
it,
that.
she
I
gets
went
it.
through that phase. I was the middle of 14. Ugh.
Oh my
Oh,
god. Your mother
I
must
know,
be so
isn't it
strong.
hard?
Yeah, and she never got morning sickness or anything. No twins,
my
no nothing.
gosh.
14 of us in 15 years. It was crazy.
That's incredible.
I know. She's like a machine.
Sounds like a very
Anyway.
strong woman.
She is a
what
strong-
should we call the what should we call you by, this old woman in the corners?
Well, I guess Ryland is gonna call me old woman, and I've certainly been called worse. But my name is Zunday. It's very nice to officially meet you. I've been watching you for a while, and you all are very exciting.
Whilst I've been asleep, yes. Thank you,
She's a
Sunday.
watcher.
I don't mean to sound any less
really is.
appreciative, but how did you, a humble woman, and if of old stature, resurrect everyone in our party?
Well, in truth, I didn't do it. I have some friends who are clerics, and they owed me some favors.
Oh.
See, I used to be like you. I went out and was the strapping young woman and went and did all sorts of adventurous things, and I was quite good at it, and I had a whole bunch of friends, and we went on all sorts of adventures. But you know, you get old, and it gets a little harder to do that. And the hill giants get a little more difficult to kill. So now I find people to go and do the stuff.
Can I insight check?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Right.
Lying through teeth.
The first time anybody's done it, we played 3 hours.
Really? None of you-
She's actually a lich.
Yes!
What'd you roll?
My dream.
Okay, hold on. Just gonna grab the dice. Bam. 19.
Ooh, 19.
Yeah, because I'm
She
having
seems to
doubts
be-
about.
Yeah, no, understandable. She seems to be 100% on the level, except you notice a weird smile when she says that she was a strapping young woman.
Oh.
You don't quite understand why she thinks that's funny, but you don't think she's lying to you. You think she's been perfectly honest about everything. She's got that grandmotherly smile. Yeah.
It's either a pun on young, straps, or woman. Now, you can't decipher which one.
I do want to know, are they of a particular race? Can I tell? Or
She
are
seems
they-
to be a human. She seems to be an older, a grandmotherly aged human. You'd guess maybe in her 70s, 80s. She seems to be in fairly good health for the age, but definitely wrinkled face. She's got short, that bluish white hair that grandmothers get when their hair turns white. But yeah, that she's got blue perm going on, and she's in what looks to be very sensible. Yeah, it's everybody's grandma.
It's just like funny, like my grandma's face is in D&D, and I'm like, oh my goodness, she was a strapping young woman. Like, I don't know.
Everybody's grandma was a strapping young woman. And she's in like what looks like a traveler's jacket and a blue and silver dress that kind of complements her hair. She has sparkling blue eyes and a big smile on her wrinkled old face, and she just you think, with the exception of the stuff that's coming out of her mouth, she really could just be any grandmotherly human in a small town offering you cookies. Cookie?
Well,
And she holds out a plate of cookies.
Resurrection
I got three.
cookies.
Just as the kill
Well,
a hag.
Sunday, that sounds really cool. What was your skill set? Like-
I had quite a lot of skills. I multi-classed a lot. I like to pick up new skills from the people that I went around with. You know, you get bored after a while. You cast spells for a little while, and that gets boring. And so then you know, attack
Swing a
people with swords.
sword, you know. Yeah.
A real power
You know-
gamer in your time.
Exactly. Trying different things is always good. I was never a good bard, though. I tried singing, and I just can't. And I just can't get on key.
Sunday, no.
No,
Sunday.
it's bad.
No. But your coffee
Can't
and your
sing.
scones are very, very good. They're
Well,
very
thank
good.
you. I was helping out the innkeeper downstairs while we were waiting for you to wake up. I had a few recipes sitting around that I could help with.
Old
Muffin?
woman. Now that
Young
companions
man.
here have been, my name is Rylan. It's okay.
My
Your
name is
memory
Sunday.
must be short. Nonetheless, now that they are awake and we have defeated a hag and there has been a child which we will not speak about, which has been born, what is our next step here? I am eager to gain more towels for my emporium.
Well,
Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
Diomedes, has he always been into towels?
I thought we was into pots the last month, but, well, towels are in, I guess. Are they moist?
Okay.
This
We
is the
need to take
module
him
of the
to Bed
month.
Bath and Beyond.
They are magic towels. They're fun towels that because everywhere you go you really need to bring a towel. So these towels, when you use them, they clean themselves. It makes life easier. Because doing adventuring things, being fake changers and all that, it's dirty business. But
This
more
one
to
was
your
covered
point,
in my blood recently, but now it's not.
Indeed.
Do you have
And
any
these
that turn into like swans? Like you poof and it looks like a little swan?
not unless your origami is on point.
Oh. I can work on
Is
that.
it?
I have plenty of towels to try, and she hands you two. The two
Sounds
white
good. I
towels.
start trying to make a swan.
Give me a dexterity check.
Roll for swan.
I am
Roll for
mesmerized
swan.
by this.
Because why not?
Okay, just give me 2 seconds. Dex check. Boop. 7. No, wait, hey, 10.
So, I mean, it's a towel, so you can't really get the folds quite to stay like a piece of paper. But when you lay it down, you're able to make like a 2-dimensional swan out of it. And it's pretty nice.
Cool. Okay. Well,
Sunday
they seem to
says,
be magical.
well, I'll work on a towel that does the folding thing so that you can do origami. That sounds pretty neat. Maybe for the next time. But what I was hoping is that you go help out a friend of mine. If this all sounds good to you, I've got a friend. He's pretty far away. He's over in a town called Dagger Falls, and he's looking for some people to find a missing person. If that sounds okay.
Yeah.
That sounds fine. The rest of my party here may have already helped you deliver babies and kill hags, but I feel like I've yet to thank you, so this one's on the house. For me, at
Oh,
least.
you'll still get paid for it if you find the person. As I said, this is paying gigs. I respect those that I employ. But thank you, young man. I appreciate the appreciation. Now, if we just want to get going, and she claps her hands, and as she claps her hands, there's this bright flash of light, and for a moment you're all kind of rubbing your eyes and everything. And when your vision finally clears, you're no longer in the inn. You're not even inside anymore. You're in a sprawling hot city on what looks like a pathway that's leading to a large mansion of some sort. The sky is bright blue. For a moment, you could have sworn that when you were at this inn that it was evening. It had been a full day. Hags and babies and a full day worth of work. And now suddenly you're in this town. There's people going by in what look like loose summer garb. It's flowing robes and head coverings, and it's quite warm. And you hear Zunde behind you say, "Oh, that took less time than I was expecting. So we're gonna go see a friend of mine named Braskin. He's in that big house over there." And she points down this road to the large mansion that you guys were looking at. She says, he's got a job that he said that he needed some expert help with. Finding a lost person. So why don't you go say hi and tell him I said hi, and I'll see you later back here when you're all done, okay?
Wow.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Did you forget frosting?
Did you summon your horse? Oh, okay. Hold on just a moment. And she walks like a few
I
feet
don't
away.
think that's necessary.
Sugar is freaking out silently, but very much.
She rubs her hands together and she thinks for a second. Are you sure? I mean, you're going to probably be going into the desert, and Frosting doesn't like the heat very much.
Yes, I can resummon him later. I guess I can walk with everyone.
Okay, all right. Well, you should go talk to Braskin. He's got a lot of good information for you. And then also make sure you get some dates, because the dates they have here are really good. And she kind of points back down to this large, almost sandstone-looking-ish mansion, 2 floors. It's got guards outside, and it looks impressive. It looks like something that a noble would be at in the middle of this town. And when you look back, you can see that Zunde is gone.
Holy crap, she's OP. Rylan, you need to learn something from her.
She does
I
this a
agree,
lot.
Trinkle. She has a lot to teach me, that old woman.
Yeah, because if you could do this and move us anywhere, we'd be unstoppable!
Yes, I
Okay,
wonder.
let's go.
You must have a spell book somewhere from which I could steal her spells.
Steal, brother.
Earn her spells for my work.
You could ask
powers.
her. Rylan, you could ask her nicely.
Well, I'm not sure. A sorcerer likes to hide one's spells from anyone else. I mean,
Rylan, I think that's just you.
guess.
And then I just start walking towards
Yeah.
the mansion.
I follow after Trinkle. She is very
Yeah!
active.
High five, Sugar.
I quickly follow after Sugar as well. They say,
he follows after. I can do it for 2 people, but just not all of us.
Totally ignore, just keep walking.
Smart.
little
You
sis,
guys walk down the street towards this mansion that's been pointed out to you. There's spices in the air that don't smell anything like what you remember. That it's very fragrant. There's some almost like fajita spice in a way. It's got that tingle of like it's going to have some heat to it. And you can tell as you take a cross street towards this mansion, there's a market a bit further down the way. You hear people shouting for all kinds of wares, and the people are friendly as you walk by. They all smile and wave to you and kind of pass along. A variety of different people from what looks like all over, but all dressed for the heat. You guys probably, Sugar, you're probably unhappy at this moment. It's not oppressive, but you definitely went from a cooler weather to, summer. It's uncomfortable.
Chainmail. Going to have such a weird tan.
As you guys approach the front door of this, as you approach the front door of this impressive-looking abode, there are 2 guards standing there. They're in leather armor that's been dyed this bright red, and they're holding pikes, and they just kind of stand there impassively as you approach.
I go right up to one, get very, very close. Hello.
He stands. Hello.
We are here to see Braskin. We are here to help him with a problem.
Is he
We've been
expecting
sent by
you?
Zunbase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His eyes widen a little bit at that and says, yes, he is expecting you. And the guard reaches back and opens up the door and says, he is waiting inside.
Okay. Walk right in.
This is intense.
Yeah, they
Very
eye you as
man.
you walking in, but they hold open the door. The interior of this building is just as impressive as the exterior. It's marbled floors. The windows are all half shaded in this very fine silk that lets in just enough of a breeze to keep it cool, but not the sun. So it's Sugar, it's much more comfortable in here. There's a grand foyer that you enter, your feet kind of clopping on the floor, ringing out. You see that the walls are covered in tapestries of trees and mountains and all kinds of outdoor scenes, and there's this big grand staircase leading up to a second floor. But in front of you, walking out of a back room, is a dragonborn, a bronze dragonborn wearing flowing robes. He looks like he's rushing up, like he's just come from somewhere, and there's a couple of what look like human servants following him, and he says, "Ah, yes! Zunde said she would send help very quickly. I'm very pleased. I am Breskin. It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance." And he kind of bows to you a little bit.
Hello.
Zach.
Greetings.
"Please follow me. We will sit and eat, and I will tell you what I will employ you to do." And he leads you back from the room that he came into, what looks like a study. There's shelves of books. There's a big wooden table in the center of the room with a bunch of padded chairs. And on the table is spread out basically 4 or 5 different maps that, as you approach and he motions for you to sit, you can see that the maps are of this area, the Dagger Falls, and a big desert off to the west. And I guess you guys can give me intelligence checks to see if you know where you are, based on the maps.
Whoa. Ooh, 15.
Ooh.
Crinkle, I'm so smart.
Let's
I
see.
am not.
I am.
Aha.
I'm
As smart as I am.
All right. Nylon Diomedes, you're not exactly sure. You can't quite place just from the maps where you are. But Trinkle and Rylan, you've never been here before, but between the talking about Dagger Falls and then seeing the maps of the giant desert that are spread out, you can see that you guys are, I've just lost the name of the desert. You kind of know where you are in Faerun. You've moved quite a bit away from where you normally are, and it's impressive. And the maps of the desert, you can see that someone has taken the time to circle information about a road that stretches across the entire desert. And as you enter and are kind of eyeing this map, Braskin motions you to sit and says, "Yes, I can see that you're looking at the map. The Black Road is where I need to send you, and you need to go quickly. We've lost a very important diplomat along the Black Road, and it's incredibly important that you find them very quickly. But please sit, and I will provide you with some more information and a map."
Is there food on the table?
There isn't, but would you like to ask for some?
Maybe. No, I just look around awkwardly, like, is there any food? We're just at a table.
You're just at a table, that's right.
No, I don't say anything, no. It would be rude.
No,
How long ago did you lose this diplomat?
This was about 3 days ago. They were traveling from here back to the Bedin encampment where he came from. We've kept very good relations with the desert people that we trade with, and on a regular basis, one of their diplomats comes here to continue those relations, take part in some trade. They're the main force that guard the Black Road that goes through the desert, and it is very important to Dagger Falls that we keep those relations a high priority. And about 3 days ago on their trip back, we lost contact with them. They had a sending stone with some of the guards that I had sent to contact us and let us know every evening about their progress. They had left with a large caravan, and 3 days ago that call never came in, and we tried to call them and did not get a response. And since then we've been unable to to raise them or anyone.
Okay.
Do you know the last place on the road? So the last check-in, approximately where it was?
Yes, and he points to this giant map of the desert, and you can see that the road extends from Dagger Falls west and kind of very lazily ekes across directly west, and about a day and a half into the desert. So about 3 days from here, because Dagger Falls doesn't seem to be quite on the edge of this desert, he points to a spot that actually is already circled and says, right here is where they were supposed to check in, and they did not.
On the last check-in, was there anything strange? Did the guard who talked to you say anything strange?
Not that I know of. It is supposed to be an incredibly well guarded road. The Badine are fearsome warriors, and I do not understand how anyone could get through anywhere on the Black Road or anywhere in Anarok in the Great Desert without their permission or without knowing about it. But this caravan has completely disappeared. We cannot scry on them. We cannot raise them on the Sending Stone. It was Edom and 20 well-equipped guards with 3 wagons of supplies. It's just gone.
So Edom is the name of the diplomat?
Edom Escott, yes, he is the royal cipher of the Badine. He comes here twice a year with a caravan to do trade and to reset up our acquaintance and make sure the terms of the agreement for us to be able to travel the Black Road are satisfactory. And it would be very bad if he was to disappear while supposedly under our watch.
Yeah, that could
Were
start a
these
war.
your guards?
Most of them were. There were 2 Badine soldiers who had come with Edom, but everybody else was one of mine. They were the most highly trained of the city's soldiers, and the camels were outfitted well. The 3 wagons were ready for anything. There should have been no problems along the road, but we have not heard from them at all.
Well, they clearly did not do a good job.
Or
Fine.
something has befallen them.
Or they didn't do a good job.
Is there anything else you think would be useful for before we head out?
He looks at all of you, his eyes kind of lingering on the chainmail that Sugar has, and says, we will need to get you outfitted for the desert. I assume you do not have any camels or any of the tar or water skins that are necessary for such a journey.
Goodness,
Yes, earlier. Instead of
Where's the
summoning
cat?
Frost, why don't you summon or find a camel? We can call it Sugar Humps.
Oh my goodness.
Why?
Word? I don't know, right?
Can you summon a camel? Now I want to know.
If I felt
Can you
like
summon-
it.
Camel, now you've become a lot more interesting.
What if
Let
you
me see.
summoned Frosting?
I
but
can!
then
I can summon a
polymorphed
fucking camel! It's in the fucking
Can
camel!
you really summon a camel?
Fucking camel! Yes.
This is
In case
amazing.
that was unclear. In case that was unclear, yes, I may summon a camel.
Technically, I could polymorph someone into a camel.
Ooh, polymorph Rylan.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
I like start creeping up on Rylan and then like just give him a nice shove.
Oh my
What that
goodness.
person to carry?
I should definitely do that. I'm going to do it.
Are you summoning Sugar? Are you summoning Frosting right now inside the house?
I mean, I was going to, but maybe I should not. Maybe I will wait.
No,
Maybe
I
will
absolutely
wait.
think. I think you absolutely should. I
Okay,
think you
start
should spend
doing
10
it.
minutes
I
right
start
now.
doing it. I do it. Yep, I
Okay.
start doing it right now. And he's going to appear as a camel, but still pink.
Okay. As As Sugar starts to perform the 10-minute ritual to summon a camel, Braskin watches her for a moment and looks back at you and says, is this something I should be
That's
worried?
normal. No, that's
Okay. All right.
Dun,
Probably
dun,
just
dun.
had way too much coffee this morning.
I just met her, so I have no idea.
It's
I'm
been
doing
at
an
least-
interpretive dance. This is an interpretive dance version of the.
I start trying to mirror her a little bit as she's doing it.
Yes. Oh my god, we do it together.
I want performance checks from the both of you.
Amazing.
Also, while
I'm
they roll
super
this,
excited.
over, we have a viewer decision, so you can ask the chat a question and they can provide some answers. So it could be something like, what do we run into on the road, or what item do we find, that the chat will throw out some ideas.
Yeah, so, I'll say this. As this weird summoning ritual is going on, Braskin will talk about how he's going to provide you with some gold to go get some supplies in town, and there's one thing beyond all of the normal supplies that you absolutely should get. What is that thing?
So,
What?
what supplies do we get? Nice.
But I think there's one specific thing that is not like a touristy thing. Like, hey, as long as you're in town, I mean, get water and camels and tar and this and that and that. Here, and
Okay,
I'll get
yeah.
you some gold and that. But hey, while you're in town, make sure you try out the.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Like a
For some
touristy
ideas, Anthony Falani, I think the win for the subscription as well. Appreciate it.
Trinkle got a 28. I got a 19.
Okay.
Damn.
Twinkle
Sugar
summons
is-
her own camel.
Sugar is trying to summon a camel.
Summoning spell.
Did you get it? Oh no, you didn't get natural 20. For a second, I
No,
thought you
I
got a
didn't.
natural
I got a
20.
17. I was like, if I had natural 20, that'd be cool.
That would
she
be
a
cool, but still, it's a
bard.
28. Sugar is summoning a camel, so she's like, it's an interpretive dance, but it's also an arcane ritual that has moments that are not as fluid. And Trinkle, your dance routine to this summoning ritual is so amazing that after Braskin kind of gives the basics about, I'm going to give you, here's an advance of 50 gold to get the supplies that you need and the camels and everything. And then while you're there at the place, and he's just entranced by your dancing. And for 10 minutes, you guys bust a move. And then Frosting appears in the middle of this room. Your camel. He is pink. He is lovely. He is outfitted exactly as a camel would need to be to cross the desert.
I may have been really not in the right mind last week, but wasn't he a horse?
Yes. He was, and now he's a pretty camel.
Good humps.
No, his
He
name is
is-
Frosting.
He is impressive, and
Thank
that
you.
was amazing. But, and Braskin looks over at the door and at the camel and says, how will we get him out of the room?
I feel like Ryland can maybe make the door a little bigger. He's very
Yes, I
good
can.
at
How much do you need that door?
I would prefer the door be
Oh.
not
give
destroyed. Yeah, it's a being-sized
It's-
door.
Listen, my
I
friend,
can
it's
give
the door
you
or the
one
camel.
Towel. I can give you one towel for your door.
Guys, it's okay. I can watch, and I snap my fingers, and Frosting disappears, and then reappears outside.
And what you actually see, she snaps her fingers and the camel disappears, and she snaps her fingers again, and nothing happens for a moment. But then the head of Frosting kind of pokes around the door, like,
Who's
and
a
looks
good
in.
boy? Who's a good boy?
I feel like that was way less fun than an explosion, but okay.
Oh, you want me to bring him back in and we blow something up? Is that what we do? Is that our group thing? I'm still trying to find my place. I don't.
no, I kind of like
Sugar,
this
you're
house.
fine.
I've spent a lot of money on the house. Please don't destroy my house.
I think
It's
it
a
would
very
be
nice
Nyla's just
house.
in edgelord mode. Just give her a moment.
Well, it is hot, and I would
I just-
It
recommend.
is true.
I shoot like a weird look over at Trinkle, just like.
I give her one back.
So, Braskin hands over or holds up a small pouch, and he says, "This is 50 gold. It should cover you for all of your initial supplies for what you need." And he hands over a list, and he says, I was warned that you might not know exactly what is required in the desert. So this is a list of some supplies that I would recommend. And if you are able to find Edom and his escort, we will... The merchants and I are willing to offer 200 gold pieces for information about what has happened to him. If you do unfortunately find him dead, if you can bring that information back. If you do find him alive, it will be worth 500 gold pieces to you, but he must be returned safely.
Is that each?
No, that would be total.
I would suggest that we should gain the same amount of gold, whether or not he's alive or dead.
Well, if he is dead, then there are many more issues and questions that I have to deal with. So the larger amount is an incentive that if you find him alive, to keep him that way.
Yes. That's what I am worried about. Fine.
That's what I am worried about, too. That's why we're offering 500 gold for his safe return.
Yes, that is what I am also worried about.
Yes.
We're worried.
I don't know. I don't care for this man.
Should we head to the market?
Yes, let us buy some things so that we can venture forth. I am hoping that some kind of monster has devoured the caravan and that we might be able to study it. Or perhaps some kind of elder being or indeed demigod has destroyed them so that we might study it for science.
That's what you're hoping for? That's what you're hoping for, Rylan.
Well,
I don't
yes,
think
of
you know.
course.
I do not think that word means what you think it means.
Okay.
Braskin looks at you and says, my hopes and dreams are much different than yours. Would you go and get your supplies and get going? The sooner you go, the more likely my hopes are of living.
Why on earth would I care for your hopes or dreams? But very well, we will nonetheless be on our way.
He says, because if my hopes and dreams come true, you get 500 gold. If my hopes and dreams don't, you only get 200.
I think the lack of your hopes and dreams coming true is in fact worth more than 300 gold pieces to me, but
we are happy to help.
We're doing great. I just started I even tried to start pushing Ryland's butt out the door,
you can't
doing
put
the little
a price on some things.
As you guys leave, Braskin looks at you, Nyla, and says, "Please don't kill Edom. It's really important."
I will try not to.
I think I'm more worried about your friend that's being pushed out by Trinkle.
I'll keep my eye on him. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm putting the viewer
right.
decision in the chat for you, by the way, Obo.
I should look in the chat then. Okay, you guys. Straw poll. Courtesy. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Oh, no, sorry, not the chat. I mean, not Twitch chat. That was confusing. The VMix chat, yeah.
The VMix chat.
Oh,
So
the other chat. Okay.
Yeah, the one you're looking at. There you go.
I have way too many chats going on right now. I like this. I like this plan. Thank you, chat. I appreciate you and all that you do for us. Okay, you guys head to the market that he points out to you, Braskin, which you'd kind of smelled as you go by. It is a large open-air market. Most of the buildings have a tented outside to them that you can find the wares have been placed out kind of in the open air. It's kind of a cacophony of everything. Just a quick look over this large marketplace. You don't necessarily see any order to anything. The list of required items that Braskin has given you includes camels, loose layers of light clothing, a mask for the desert, a canister of watered down pitch and thick water skins, and then under those requirements, he's also written down two things that he says that he recommends. One of the things he recommends is to eat a hearty meal before you leave, and the other is to go visit Liara's toothbrush hut.
Toothbrush.
Perfect.
In the desert. Toothbrushes.
Still need
I mean-
toothbrushes.
Do you not brush your teeth, Diomedes?
You'd normally need
Tooth care is
toothpaste
very-
and a toothbrush.
Diomedes, tell me you brush your teeth.
Yes, every day.
Okay.
I am sure the toothbrush hut will have toothpaste.
I'm more worried about
I
how
wonder
many
if they're like toothbrushes that put toothpaste on it immediately. Like you go, "Wee,"
Magic?
like magic.
Maybe they fake.
Maybe a little bit.
It's your teeth I'm
Um,
worried about. You eat
My
way
teeth
too
are
much.
perfect. No, my teeth are perfect.
As you guys
Get a
walk
toothbrush
into
for
this,
sugar.
yeah, there you go.
I
As
pressed
you
to
guys walk
digitate them and they're even wider.
Yeah.
You're blinded by her teeth.
Yeah.
I love investigation checks from everybody as you walk into this market
Oh
and
god.
gaze around trying
Oh,
to find what you
no.
need.
Okay. Okay.
I'm thinking about the
Magic.
toothbrushes.
Ooh, that's not terrible.
Okay, yeah.
14. Nice.
That's a free.
Rylan, you are way, yeah,
I'm
you're
far
way
more
too
interested
distracted.
in this whole idea that there might be some kind of giant creature out there killing people.
Yes,
Yeah,
your
you're
hopes and
just-
dreams.
It just
Your-
turns you
your
on
mind-
a little bit.
Yeah, you're just thinking about all the different stuff that you can.
Just a little bit.
And Trinkle,
I'll
because
admit.
he has no inner monologue, he's saying all these things out loud, and you are distracted by all of
course.
the things he wants to encounter. The rest of you actually can see a couple of different stalls and shops that have what look like desert supplies. There's at least one camel stall, and you can very quickly, unless there's some specific things you guys are looking for, find pretty much everything that you need for traveling into the desert. Was there, unless you wanted to do anything specific, unless there was shopping that had to be had?
I mean, always.
Uh,
So we need light clothing. So I need to change out of my chainmail.
You don't have to, but at one of the shops that seems to be specifically for outfitting caravans that go across the desert, the woman there, she's wrapped in this loose shift that is lighter colors, and she looks at you and says, "Oh yes, it is very important that you have a layer to buffer between the sand and the sun. So if you want to keep your very nice armor on, it will be hot and heavy, but you definitely want something over that to block the sun." And then she holds up these masks that are made of wood and cloth that have goggles on them and kind of go over your face, and she says, "And this is also very important for keeping the moisture in your body and not getting sand everywhere. The desert is Anarok is fierce, and you do not want to go without protection."
Do you have this in blue?
Well, yes, I have it in all of the fashionable colors. And she
I-
presents unto you 2 different colors of blue. Ba-ding.
Amazing.
And the rest of you, do you have color preferences?
no, just give me the mask.
She hands over the mask. She says, you really will want something. You are a very nicely muscled man, but you will burn to ashes under the sun without some sort of protection." And she holds
Just
out
put on
kind of a
a
light
shirt.
tan cloth that looks like it's some kind of robe that loosely ties
Like a
along the
wrap?
front.
How
Kind
much
of,
is
yeah. For everything that you need for the 5 of you, for the masks and everything, it will only be 7 gold.
They've given us a copious amount of gold just for these supplies, but very well.
Well, that's
I'll
not
have-
all of them. You guys still need camels, and you need other things, and we need to have a good meal. And we have to go get toothbrushes. So
that's
this
true.
is just the first stop. So we still
Well,
have
yes, camels can be
43.
very
Yeah.
expensive.
I'll
Yes.
buy an extra one of these just in case. Diomedes knows why, but yeah,
Yeah.
about to get
She'll
sorted.
throw in the one. She'll throw in the one extra and say, "No, a second one is a good idea."
Thank you.
What are the 2 blue options? They're like a dark
There's a
one
light
and a light
blue.
one.
She calls them dark blue and light blue, but the light blue is basically like white, and the dark blue is basically sky blue.
I take the dark blue.
And Trinkle, she has in your size. She has in multiple sizes
yeah.
for multiple beings.
Perfect. I am happy. I will pick one that matches my outfit, and I just start wearing it on, and I start twirling around.
I like this.
Is there a green one?
Absolutely. I have a dark and a light, and it's the same kind of thing.
You take girl
The
shopping.
light is basically white, and the dark actually is kind of a light green.
I'll take the light green. And
Yes, there you go.
Ooh.
And you, sir, and she looks at Rylan.
he likes
Oh.
black.
Yes.
Black feet.
Dark is good.
Dark is
purple is good.
but purple I can do. I have light and dark. And once again, the
Dark.
light is basically white, and the dark is like almost violet. It's a very light purple, and she hands it to you. You're very colorful. I like this. You will stand out though, but so be careful.
I always
And
He
she gives-
always stands out.
And she'll give you some directions to where you can find camels. She also has the watered pitch that was listed on there. She has a big canister of it and hands it over and goes, you smudge under your eyes and it keeps the glare out of your eyes. And so you wear the goggles and the pitch, you should be fine. You should not get blinded. Have you been to the desert before?
No.
Wet,
I grew
watery.
up in trees.
Goodness, no. What an awful
She's a
place.
tree.
No. You do not want to be a tree in the desert. This is bad. Here, and she hands you like a second thing of pitch and says, "Wear extra."
And Nyla takes it and she's like, okay.
Also, Obo, I've got a donation for you there in the chat again. I've put it there for you for when that comes in. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, Rylan is gonna take his purple robes. We need camels, right?
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
the thing.
she gave us information on how to get them.
Yes, let's go find those camels.
If we want to save money, Trinkle could ride with me.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, I'm small. I'm like 40 pounds.
You're tiny, but you seem fierce, and your dancing is very good.
Oh yeah, I get that all the time.
And I wink at Diomedes.
All right.
Whoa.
You guys are able to find a camel seller pretty quickly who is going to recommend so if you've got frosting with you, which
Yes.
he will immediately, as soon as he sees, is going to be like, are you selling your fine beast, please? It's amazing color. I could make millions off of the color of your camel.
Sugar thinks in her head I could sell it to him and then make it disappear and come
Here.
back to me. But
I
I'm
see
a good
Peter's
person.
pocket.
I'm trying to be a good person. I'm trying to be a good person. No, he is not for sale. He is mine. He is my friend.
Oh, all right. Well, if you change your mind, but yes. Okay. So how many camels do you need?
I think just 3. If Trinkle will ride with me.
Fully outfitted camels for the long trek with saddles and everything. They are 10 gold each.
Oh,
Wow.
are
So that
they?
was, sure. Have to.
Oh, are they? Can I make an inside check? See if he is
Sure.
trying to screw us.
Sure.
This is gonna be bad. It seems like a good deal. 10.
You don't know anything about camels, so
No, I don't. Why
you
would-
really, yeah, like the last time you've seen camels, they were just kind of in passing. You have no idea how much they cost. So,
What is 10
It
gold
seems
or
good.
30 gold? It's
Yeah,
no
seems
object.
good. Seems good.
What is 1 towel or 30 towels?
Now that is a different subject altogether.
Oh,
all right,
Okay,
you
we
guys
take the
purchase
3.
some camels.
Oh,
Sorry,
take the 3 camels.
Obo. Yeah, the
Yes.
3. I can, I'm going to, as it's getting hotter, I'm going to use prestidigitation. I can chill up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material. So just wherever it's hottest in my armor, I'm just going to chill it out.
So basically armpits. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, as you guys are walking along looking for anything else that you guys are looking for, just every once in a while there seems to be this cold mist that comes off of Sugar's armpits.
Minty.
Mint.
Yeah, smells like mint.
Your prestidigitation makes it smell like mint?
Like mint. Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Minty water.
Yeah, I can do
Oh
that.
my goodness.
Sure, why not?
It smells
One
like
of the
nice
other
deodorant.
Thank you. It's
one of the
magical.
other camels comes walking up to you, Sugar, and starts to smell your armpits.
Hello, buddy. You're not pink, but
And like this long tongue comes out and tries to lick your armpit.
no, get away from me. Get away from me. Oh,
Anything else you guys want to do?
we gotta go
So
get
to
a
go to the
toothbrush and then have
Okay.
a delicious meal.
You head on over to you ask around a little bit about this toothbrush thing, and everyone seems to know exactly where to go. Oh yeah, Liara's toothbrush. And so you head there, and it's this tiny little house, shack kind of thing with a front porch. It's not even sheltered. It doesn't have an awning or anything over it. And there is an elven woman dressed in white robes standing in front of a table. And in front of the table look to be 5 or 6 different colors of toothbrushes. And as you walk up, she just smiles at you and says, "Welcome."
Are you Liana?
Liara, yes.
Liara. Hello.
Yes.
We were told that we should get some toothbrushes because we are going into the desert.
Yes.
Is there a reason why? I mean, besides just the normal hygiene?
How often do you eat sand?
Never. I've never eaten sand.
Not enough by the
Good.
sounds of.
The desert, the sand gets everywhere. This will remove that sand.
I hate
Because
sand.
eating sand provides problems that I have no solutions for. And she hands over a toothbrush.
Sand is coarse and it does get everywhere.
And there are places you do not want sand. And she looks
No.
very grave.
And it's those
No.
places we put this toothbrush.
It is all places that sand
Oh my
gets.
So it's like a brush, not just a toothbrush.
It looks
It
like
is a
toothbrush.
brush for your teeth. It is a brush for all your teeth.
What?
I only have teeth in my mouth.
Thank
Are
God.
Then
you
you
sure?
only need to brush your mouth.
Okay. Okay, I like this. I
I-
like this a lot.
Don't understand at
clever.
all, and I'm used to mystic bullshit.
Well, if you want to roll an Arcana check on these toothbrushes.
do. He totally
Do it. Do it.
Do I want to know? Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, it's up to you. I will let you roll it.
It's 15.
Ooh, nice. Oh, and Diomedes is going to join you? Okay.
Not a -2.
Oh, so yeah, definitely
Um,
looking on the shoulder like, the hell is this thing?
As she hands each of you a toothbrush and says these weird words about brushing all your teeth, they have a magical aura to them. It's very, very faint. It's nothing powerful, and it actually kind of feels like the same thing coming off the towels. You think that this might be some sort of property that self-cleans.
Ah, these are just like my towels. Excellent.
No.
I will have 2 of them.
Wait,
yes.
Nyla, you might want to buy 20. Nyla, you
How
should
much?
probably
They
buy a
are-
lot.
Get
You can
multi-
hand them out as treats, like gold stars.
Every time Rylan does a good deed or has a good feeling,
Has
he
a
gets
feeling.
a towel or toothbrush.
Aha.
If he's really good, he gets to choose towel, toothbrush, towel,
Toothbrush.
toothbrush.
Yeah.
They are they're 10 silver each, so you can buy as many as you would like. And as she hands them on over, all she'll say is, "When you are done, put them somewhere safe."
Okay.
I will.
In my pocket.
I'm trying to think of a safe place.
Safer
is
than a
your-
pocket.
Is your pocket safe?
I have not
I feel
checked
like this is a
recently.
trick
I checked my
question.
pockets. Has
I'm
anything
not
been
sure it
stolen?
is anymore.
I could put it in my armor. That's pretty safe.
When you check your pockets, Diomedes, you find a little bit of lint and some sand. Like, already you have sand somewhere you were not expecting sand.
My pockets are not safe. No.
Nowhere is safe.
Nothing is safe. Sand.
All right.
You can brush your pockets.
That's true.
Sew
Out of
up our
curiosity.
pockets.
How many toothbrushes are you buying?
What?
I'm getting 2.
All right.
Nyla will get like
I'm gonna dual wield those bad boys.
Why not?
21. Nyla will
You're
get
getting
21.
20. I don't know. 21?
What do you-
Yeah,
So
one
there were
per
like
I don't
Okay.
We have that's
You
are-
210 silver for you. Then 240. And then Trinkle's getting 250.
Liara looks at you and says,
25 gold.
"Oh, a bulk order, excellent!" And turns and walks back into the little tiny shack behind her and comes out with a large box and puts the box down on the table and says, 20 of them. Here you go."
I think I've at least got 4 pockets. I'll need 4.
All right. If
you
you guys
guys
have enough
have
gold for this, sure.
You guys
She
have
hands
money?
No, I have pots and towels. Thought this was.
I have money.
Okay, because right now we're at
She's-
290 silver,
That's
which
fine.
is what
gold.
29.
Sugar,
Oh, math.
may I remind you that we are from the Adelard family. We do not concern ourselves with the cost of things.
You have a credit card?
That's right. Basically, I do.
We do not here we do not accept credit cards. Too many people go out into the desert without a toothbrush and never return.
We're going with a lot of toothbrushes.
And so you will pay for them in
21
advance.
toothbrushes.
You have all the toothbrushes. You guys can make a shelter out of toothbrushes. Now she's gonna insist that she's gonna just hold out her hand, and she's impassively elven and just half smiling and holds out her hand like.
I will hand it over. I mean, Rowan has gold, so he'll hand over 250 gold, 250 silver,
No, 250.
Like 29
silver.
gold
29 gold. Yeah.
29.
Yeah.
Something like that.
for the 20 plus the 4 plus the 2 plus the 1 and 1.
This round's on me.
I think so.
Okay.
I'll get
That's like
dinner.
the nicest thing you've done.
Oh, give him
I'm
a
doing
give
it
him a
for you.
towel. Give him a
He
towel.
wants his toothbrush. I hand him another
Thank-
toothbrush, so now he has 3.
Yes.
Sure. All of it. I love it. Okay. She hands out all of these toothbrushes and says, "And now I must close, as I have no more toothbrushes for the day. Thank you." And she walks back into the hut. Just leaves the table out, just walks away. You guys are gonna grab some food, and is there anything else you would like to do?
Have we got water yet?
Yeah, at the shop that had the clothing and the pitch and everything, she had
Alright.
thicker. They're basically water skins that they feel really thick. So they might not hold quite as much water, but they seem to be resistant against the heat.
Son.
We also have a jug that makes anything we want once a day.
And it is
All
a
that's
new
left
day,
is our hearts.
technically.
Would you like to make something
Okay.
in the jug?
Don't
Maybe
worry,
when we
I'm good.
need it. Maybe we'll
All
make
right.
some water.
Before
And now
she
we have to
closes
get
Anything else?
food.
I was going to say is before she closes up, I'll shout. Is there anywhere good to eat around here?
Oh yes. the best dates in town, right over there. And she points down the way, and you can see like a little cafe set up with tiny little tables outside and some wait staff. Looks like a very fancy schmancy place. Some people are sitting outside drinking what looks like wine. You're not quite sure. And it's as you get closer, it smells really good. And they have a selection of light fruits and vegetables, salads, dates. They come out with some bread and a nice honey spread. And it's a very, it looks like it's going to be a light kind of unsatisfying meal until you actually sit and start to eat, and it's so refreshing, especially some of the cucumbers and the fresh vegetables, that it feels so good in this heat.
Yeah. It's almost kind of like Mediterranean style. Really good.
Exactly.
Delicious.
Oils, and it's
yeah.
really nice.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Much green.
I'm
Not
much
any meat
feel like-
around.
I'm sorry, what?
I look at the menu and I'm like, is there no meat on this menu?
You do see lamb. There are lamb kebabs.
Cool. I'll order one of those up.
It's
One.
big. Like, you order one, but it's huge. It's like a flank of a lamb.
Oh, we're talking. All right, I'll dig into that. I'll take one.
Which is funny because I was gonna tell you I wanted one too, so it's gonna be like half of my body.
Should we share?
Yeah, when Zaimedes orders, the waiter is just like, sure. And then when you order it, he gives you a like, there's a moment and where he looks a little confused and he goes, okay. And so he brings out this plate and then another one for you. And it kind of takes up the whole table, just these two lamb kebabs, and they're massive.
My God. You
Well-
sure you're gonna be able to put that away?
Who beat you at the pie eating competition, Ziomedes?
Oh, you're wrong.
All right, I need constitution checks from the both of you.
We're
Go.
racing to the
Are they checks or saving throws?
They're checks at this point.
Okay.
It might be saving throws later.
Damn it. It's the
Oh
same
my
thing.
goodness.
It was the
Oh,
same.
no.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my goodness, no!
I'll drink to that natural 20.
Come full circle.
Yeah.
Trinkle, you look down at this giant rack of lamb, essentially, and it's the size of you, and it smells delicious, and it looks amazing, but you've already kind of filled up on the salads and the dates and the olives and the bread and everything else. And so you cut off a piece and you take a bite, and it's delicious, but you know there's no way you can finish this thing. And when you look up, Ziomedes' plate is clean. Completely cleared. There's
I'm
not
assuming
even
I'm sitting.
juice left.
I'm assuming I'm sitting kind of next to Ziomedes because why not? So I like take the plate
Sure.
and I kind of like halfway over and I'm like,
You wanna help me out?
All right. You see, pies is a different topic, but meat, can't get enough of it. See. So,
All right,
yeah,
now
I'll-
I need a
Fishy
Constitution
girl.
saving throw.
You
for
can
me,
add
I'll-
+4 to it. You can add +4 to it, Chris.
you blessing?
No,
Wait,
it's just
what's that
being
do?
around me makes you better at things.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay. So
Plus four,
plus 4 to
17.
So 17.
17. All right. Yeah, you feel like you've gained about 12 pounds in your stomach, and later that's gonna be a bathroom visit to remember, but
I was
you
about to
finish,
say
and it's
we might need to get some dates for him.
What's 12 pounds onto 200 pounds already? I'll actually.
But it's
add
delicious.
212.
Rylan,
There you
he's got a
that.
food.
That's to be
He's got a
exact,
food baby. Rylan, he's got a food baby.
I said no
Really?
talk to children.
The food baby will aid in slaying whatever beast is out there in the desert.
Yeah, you
We're
could just
still talking about babies.
stomach
Rylan.
bump something.
I don't like it.
I mean, it'll fuel every swing, every strike.
Goodness. Is this place
The
actually
baby
called the
will
best dates
fuel
in town?
your time.
Ryland's like, that's not at all how children work.
You know, he studied them.
he's an expert on children now. All right,
Yes,
you guys finish.
I created one.
You finish your meals, and you have been told by Braskin before you left, because it's getting later in the day. It looks like, however you were transported here, you gained a couple of hours. It was weird. But Braskin did recommend that you either leave super early in the morning or like late in the evening. Don't travel at the heat of the day. Even the first day of travel, as you're still outside of the desert. And the map that he gave you, it does look like it's going to take about a day of travel before you reach the edge of the actual desert, before you'll start to get into the sands and the dunes. But he did recommend leave early or late, but don't travel when the sun is at its peak. So you do think that you could leave now and get in several hours of daylight travel before it gets too dark, or you could wait until morning. It's up to you.
I think it's good to just get going. I mean,
I have
I
nothing
don't want
else
to
to do
travel
here.
during noon.
Yeah.
You get a tent or something. I know it wasn't on the list, but freezing cold
should.
deserts, right?
Right. We should get a tent.
Family.
Do you guys not have travel
Families.
gear?
We do.
Yeah,
Family's
I
got-
have
Yeah, we
I
got
have
we
enough
just
some
have
time.
idea.
basic travel gear.
Yeah. I assume. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I
so-
thought you guys
Cool.
I probably have it.
like
Cool,
bedrolls
cool.
and tents and stuff, basic travel gear.
Yes.
We just
can
didn't know there
have
was
a
needed something like-
sleepover.
All right. I guess
We
we'll
can
set
have
out
a
then.
sleepover, but
I want
mean,
a sleepover.
I think the thing was we were wondering is like, do we need heavier tents for the winter here? We don't know if it like got super cold. I don't know. Is normal tents should work fine?
Oh, I can create fire.
Yes, Rylan.
He says with such a big grin.
No fire in the tent, brother.
Go
Yes,
ahead
but,
and roll a
wait,
nature
wait.
check.
Fun.
Trinkle, roll a survival check.
Oh, great, me. Oh,
Hey,
Oh, you're the one
At
asking.
Lots of things.
yeah, I'm actually well, yeah.
jack of all trades.
With a 9, you think the tents that you have should be fine. You
Okay.
don't.
I
You
can
don't think
put
it
in
should be a
air
big deal.
conditioning.
Right
As
then.
her armpits go, poof,
Oh yeah, but say.
she'll just be up all night.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We'll set out.
All right,
Yeah.
you guys mount your camels. What are you naming your camels? I mean, we've got Frosting, but there's 3 other camels. Nyla, what are you naming your camel?
That's a good one. I'll have to think about that.
All
It's an
right.
important decision. Don't be hasty.
You've got a couple of hours of daylight for the 3 of you to think about the names of your camels before the omnipotent DM will ask again. But you guys take the map and follow the road. It looks like the road leads straight west out of town. You wind your way through the streets. The camels seem to be just fine navigating through the cobblestone streets, get you out of town into kind of a sparse forest that you can very easily see as you come down off of this hill that the town is built on. In the distance, the bright shimmering sands of a desert, of flowing dunes, and even as the sun is starting to set in front of you, because you're going west, it's already glinting and making you squint a little bit, even from this distance. You travel for the next couple of hours until it gets dark, and then did you want to press on through the night, or did you want to rest once the sun goes down?
I think I would.
What's traveling in a desert at night like? I don't think it's normally that.
Probably
good.
not fun.
No, and me and Rylan and Nyla kind of could use a little nappy nap.
Not
'Cause
together.
we haven't. Well, we have the. I thought we were having a sleepover.
We haven't
We
done
are
that.
Right.
having a sleepover.
What made you think that?
Because I said it, and then Trinkle agreed with me, and she's obviously your boss, so.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I like Sugar.
Um,
She understands.
I do.
Wait, but
You know what?
Trinkle's-
You could get a toothbrush if you sleep in the sleepover.
Now that is tempting.
it's
Come on, come on. We
toothbrush for our
can we
towel.
can catch up. We can catch up, and we have pillows. It'll be great.
Fine.
Yes. sleepover time.
You guys are all gonna pile into one tent and braid each other's hair and do each other's makeup. Is that-
Put some stuff like this with a towel over him himself. Tries to read his book.
So what you been up to, Rylan? How's it been?
I'm just writing some notes on what I hope the creature might be that's eaten Eden.
Oh, yeah, what are you hoping for?
Some kind of dragon. It would be nice.
Oh, what that
Desert
dog?
dragon?
There's a dragon.
Ooh.
Yes, or
Do you think
perhaps
it
one.
breathes sand? It breathes
No.
sand, and then we use the toothbrush to fight it.
No, I don't think that.
Good
But
Okay.
it's something. If the dragon breathed, it may disrupt sand, and you're very close.
You're teaching me so much, and we've only been back together like less than a day.
Yes. Well,
I think it's
Diomedes, I'm sure, has a great deal of lessons for you as well on and pillow forts and justice,
Cool
all of those sort of things. I must retreat to myself.
Well, you're still in a tent. But I'll give you
I-
privacy because I respect you.
Yes.
Have fun. By yourself, all alone.
If you ask me, it can't be a creature. They had 20 guards to guard them. It must be nothing short of nature itself. Power of the desert must have overwhelmed them. Sandstorm.
Could have been lots of creatures.
Then again, if they were
Or-
seasoned travelers, you'd have thought that they would have been prepared.
The guards
Maybe
just may
they
have been
were.
really bad.
They may have been
Yeah.
bad. A
Guards
lot
are
of people are very
usually
bad.
bad. Mostly
Yes.
guards.
I don't think
Usually
I've ever
bad at
ran.
what they do.
I don't think I've ever ran into a genuinely intelligent guard.
Me neither. It's on the bucket list of things I want to do. Actually meet an intelligent, capable guard who is good at their job.
Maybe there is a survivor we could speak to. That's my hope.
Great. I
What
love
you were
it.
hoping they wouldn't survive.
Well, I'd like to interrogate one of them before they finally pass.
We don't need to interrogate them.
That's a great word.
Sure, they'd be more than willing to help us. I mean,
Well, I suppose true enough, and it's not like they'll be able to do anything if they're close to death, so we hold the upper hand.
And if they are dead, maybe you can bring one of them back to life to talk to.
That's something I would like to do, but also I feel the others in our group might not like if I do, but
as
yes.
you can
I
see,
like when
the-
people come
Between you
back
and I.
from the dead. I like when people come
Just
back
like
from the
your-
dead.
Just like his ex-fiance.
Not
We don't
like
talk
her
about
at all.
her.
We don't
That's
talk
the
about her.
second time someone said that. So did she die?
Nothing happened. Never mind. Just. here's
Don't
a
we all
couple
die
things.
eventually?
Wish that she had.
Rylan, get back to your book.
With
Anyway.
pleasure.
We should wake up. We should wake up
He gets out
before
his
the
copy of
sun.
Wiggle.
We should go to sleep before we wake up. That book's upside
Well,
down.
before you go to sleep, I am curious if Ryland, Diomedes, and Nyla have named their camels yet.
Yes.
Disappointment.
Disappointment.
I was expecting a lot more.
Named mine after my sister, dear beloved sister.
You've named your
named
camel
mine-
Sugar?
No,
Sugar
that's
hump.
not what I
Sugar
named
lump.
it.
Oh,
Because she
Okay.
gets-
And
how about
mine
you, Nala?
is mine is just desert horse.
Well,
I love it. I love it.
very descriptive.
Camel
All
is
right.
actually elven for desert horse.
Or is horse elven for not desert camel?
Indeed.
Ooh.
Forest
Goodness.
Oh,
Deep thoughts. As you guys drift off to sleep and get yourself a nice long rest, it sounded like you wanted to wake up early in the morning and get
Yeah,
on your
before
way.
the sun rises, if possible.
All right. It's very possible. It's not fun, but it's very possible. And you guys get up and gather your things and head out. And very quickly on this second day of travel, the rocky ground turns to sand. The trees turn to shrubs. The shrubs turn to nothing. And before you is a massive sandy desert. that starts off a little bit rocky and quickly turns to silt and sand. The road itself continues, and you see that many someone's probably over millennia, have placed what looks like almost volcanic rock down on the ground to create a path that's fairly wide. It looks to be 10 to 15 feet wide in some places. It narrows ever so slightly, and it's not necessarily even, but this keeps you up off of the sand enough that you can continue to travel at a pretty good pace. The camels, as if you wander off the path, seem to do fine in the sand, but if you decide to walk off into the sand, it's rough, it's hard, and you sink a little bit, and it's kind of difficult to walk. It's not quite difficult terrain, but it's uncomfy. And then you end up with sand places you don't want sand. So immediately there's a reason to stick to what is on your map as the Black Road. And as you head out into the desert and the sun rises, the heat gets oppressive, and do you guys want to adorn yourself in some of the stuff that you got? Is there anything specific you'd like to do?
Oh, I thought I did that first thing in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
First thing in the morning I put on because... Yeah. It looks cool.
Right.
It does.
It does. And as the heat gets oppressive, it definitely feels much better. The wind comes on in, and as you guys put the masks over your faces, it keeps the sand out of your eyes. It limits your peripheral vision a little bit, which is a bit disconcerting, but every time you go to take the mask off, sand just gets blown into all the corners of your face and grit, and it's disgusting, so you leave the masks on. And as you continue down the road, about 4 or 5 hours into this trek, I'd love you all to roll perception checks.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
There's a map.
There's a map.
At the moment, it's just sand, as you guys are. Why isn't this the one that has the Black Road on it? Why am I failing miserably?
Why am I rolling?
All of these questions and more.
Good job, Matt.
So many questions.
Woo!
Ooh, natural 20. Very nice. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like... Yeah, Sugar, Trinkle, and Ziomedes, you guys are still acclimating to the brightness out here, the starkness, the fact that your vision is a little cut off by this mask that you're wearing, and it's hard, but you don't really see anything. Nyla, you notice off to the north, about what looks like maybe a mile or two in this clear sand, you think you see a body? You think you see a couple bodies? You think you maybe see what looks like half of a cart? Ryland, with your natural 20, you look out there and you very clearly see 3 destroyed carts and what looks like quite a few bodies. And also think you might see movement.
Lost the map.
Nyla would turn her make her try to get her camel to go faster towards it, and she'd be like, "Faster, desert horse, faster!" But it's like
Nyla.
walking super slow.
Hold up there. I see 3 dead ahead and a broken wagon, probably Edom and his useless guards, and something's moving up there. It might be the creature that killed them.
Wait, what are you talking about? I see nothing.
It's right up there. Like, eyes are important to you.
Just there, Trinkle. It's difficult to see with the sun, but if you squint a little bit, you might be able to make out movements easier to see in the desert, it seems. Something
I
up
think
there.
Sugar needs to get closer. We'll have to work this out.
Let's approach with caution.
Okay.
What happened to the sheet? There we go.
I'm on a pink camel, but very, very stealthy.
Yeah, you're totally stealthy. If you'd like to try to stealth, I will take stealth checks from everybody, but you kind of are out in the middle of nowhere.
I'm fine.
And brightly
fine.
coloured.
I can
Right.
pass without
Yes.
a trace if we really want to be stealthy.
I'm really just like the only one wearing a normal coloured thing to match the desert. Or like
Yeah, that's true.
It probably won't be worth it for me.
You're on a purple camel.
All right. So you guys are
I'll
just
try.
gonna ride on over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
Yeah,
try and
guess.
skirt. I'll try and skirt
Alright.
around. Yeah, just stealthing on my camel.
Are we gonna? Oh, we're
That's
actually.
fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're trying to
I'm so
stealth
overwhelmed.
on our camels.
I am. At least
love
I'll
it.
skirt.
Oh wait, I
Stealth
should roll
mode.
because sugar.
The camel stuff.
I could be a
Stealth camels.
distraction. You guys are all doing really well. I could be a distraction and
Yeah.
separate from you.
I'm gonna separate regardless of these purple pink camels. I'm gonna quickly skirt around
It is
the side of
blush
them.
pink. It is not purple. Get your facts straight.
All right, as
I'm
you
colorblind
guys, some of you actually do your best. These camels seem to be very used to trotting along in the sand, and you stay low. You manage to keep the trot fast enough to be swift without being so fast that the camels start to breathe heavy and make noise. And you get pretty close to where what is now very obviously a destroyed caravan of some sort. You see 3 of these huge wagons tipped on their side, 2 of them broken open. One of them seems to have been pulled free from the back. You see 4 or 5 dead camels and several what looks like humanoids dead on the ground. And the movement that you saw that Ryland was able to pick out from a distance seems to be a bunch of jackals. There are... Where's my dip-a-doo? There we go. Definitely trying to make things happen. Oh god. You see
Ah,
a
I saw a
bunch
thing.
of jackals. Hey, look. They're jackals. These
Where?
I
mangy
saw it for a
dogs.
second.
Are they not showing up on the map?
Can't see one yet.
Mangy dogs.
Oh, I see
Hey,
it. I
look.
see it. I
There's
see
one.
a jackal.
Oh, we see it on the program.
It's Jackal 1.
It should be up
Jackal
here.
And there's
one, my old
I-
enemy.
okay, you're right.
Jackal 3.
Partner in
Jackal
crime,
number
Jackal
2, please. Jackal.
I sadly can't find my map that actually had some
That's
stuff,
alright.
some other stuff. So we're just using the desert map. So around, kind of prowling around all of the destroyed bits of this caravan are these mangy jackals. They seem to be fighting over scraps of meat, and a couple of them are definitely going after what looks like just some of the carrion that's left over. You guys are going to be coming from the north, and it seems like you're moving fast enough that they haven't noticed you just yet.
Ooh,
What would you like to do?
launch an attack. Obviously.
Why can't I move this thing?
We could try to scare them off.
With the other hand, they can't see us coming.
You think they'll see you coming shortly? They just haven't noticed you yet.
Oh, okay.
We could try just to scare them off. They're scavengers. Maybe
There's a
they'll
lot of
just go away.
Well, there's only
Good.
5 of them, brother.
If there was 1 or 2, I think they would flee. But with their numbers, they might see a more sizable meal enough.
They are
That's fine.
cowardly.
Right.
Once they lose their alpha or leader, I'm sure we can see to these pesky creatures.
Is there one that looks more bigger than the others, or looks more alpha?
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Sure. 16.
So the 6 that you see out there, they seem to just be normal scrawny jackals. Nothing noticeable. But then, as you're looking at the 2 that seem to be fighting over something on the ground that they're trying to eat, from behind a bit of the caravan, you notice something else show up. You notice a creature on 2 legs with jackal-like features stalk around. It sees these 2 fighting on the ground, and it snaps at them and growls at them, and they go scampering off to go look for something else. This humanoid jackal creature looks behind it and snaps something to somewhere that you can't see behind where this this turned over caravan is, and then it starts to paw through the body. Unlike the jackals that were obviously looking for meat, this thing looks like it's searching the body. And at this point, as you see it and it notices you.
It smelled my
initiative.
mint.
It's the mint.
Smell the
My
mint.
mint. Okay.
Oop. Why is it saying it's round
Ooh.
6? It should not be on round 6.
Sweet.
You can reset that in the combat tracker, I think. Oh,
Maybe a roll
baby.
initiative.
That is the second time we have rolled very good initiative.
Wow.
Initiative.
Down that +6, though.
Oh, mine didn't go through. Oh.
There they are.
There we go.
Oh, we've got. Me.
All right. Some really
Mine.
nice initiative from people. And it looks like Rylan, you get to go first. What would you like to do?
Well, alrighty, let's see then. Let me look at my spells.
Wait, we're missing people on the combat tracker. I've got Rylan, Nyla, and Sugar. I'm missing Ziomedes and Trinkle. Oh, Ziomedes
So you
and
can probably
Trinkle.
drag them in.
Probably just drag him in. Let's give it a try. Nope, not like that. How about that?
Yeah, and I had rolled an
There's
18, but
Ziomedes. There's Trinkle.
I'll
All right.
my token first, I guess.
Let's do that.
Trinkle, what was your initiative? I gotta enter these in.
8. Sorry, yeah, it's lower.
Nope.
I'm the lowest.
Ziomedes, what'd you get?
11.
I can.
And Sugar, what'd you get?
18.
Oh, I have advantage
18.
on initiative rolls. My bad. I knew that was something
Well,
else.
then you
before.
should.
I'm gonna.
Thank you.
Bam.
Yeah, for a moment, Trinkle had an initiative of 88,
Nice.
and it was awesome.
I was like, I don't know how this is working.
Yeah.
Alright, I got 18.
You got an 18? Okay.
Yep.
All right, Rylan, you still get to go first. You see these horrible dog-like jackals and this one creature on 2 legs, seemingly a little more sentient than the others.
Okay, if I place a fireball, if I were to place a fireball, let's say, just underneath Jackal 3 and next to Jackal 4, would I be able to hit pretty much all of them? 20,
It's a 20 foot?
20 foot, so I
Yeah.
think I can get all of them. So they can all make a DC 14 dexterity saving throw.
Sure.
Yay, finally get to blow something out before all of us are in the fray.
Hell yeah.
So we're gonna do a saving throw for them. I'm just gonna do one for all of the jackals because
Yeah, that's fine. That's a save.
That's a
What a jackal wear.
15. And for the jackalware, he needs to make a saving throw. Ooh.
Bang. So they,
Alright.
yeah, they all save, but they still take half damage. Which, if I click that correctly, it will roll. Slay will take half of 27. Fire.
Ooh. So, 15, 14? 13. 13.
13, yeah.
13. Numbers. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, first off, you wipe out the jackals. So
Nice.
describe the fireball that goes off as you murder all of these jackals. What happens to them?
It's funny because Roland really wants to investigate the scene. He's just blown it up. He is going to, kind of get out his wand, and at the end of the wand, he's put a toothbrush. So it's like a toothbrush wand. And from the end of his toothbrush erupts a huge gout of flame, and he just cackles evilly as he burns away the jackal. Excuse me.
Nyla
All
looks
right.
over at Ryan, really impressed.
Very impressive.
Yeah, all that's
sometimes.
left is just burning dog and hair, and this one jackalware that is just singed and nasty looking and glaring at you. And Ziomedes, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna ride forward in my camel, and as I get near him, I'll jump off of the camel with my spear in hand, or my partisan, and strike down. I mean, can I use an attack and then my extra attack to grapple, or do I have to just spend my turn to grapple?
I believe because you get 2 attacks on your attack action, so
Yeah.
and grappling is an action, so you can either attack twice or you can try to grapple.
Okay, I will try to tackle him then, and literally like leap off the camel and pin him to the floor again.
Sure.
Grapple is a contested strength where he can use acrobatics or something, but
Let's see.
I'm going to use my athletics.
Right, he's gonna try to dexterity saving throw out of this.
Right,
Oh,
so
Oh,
you
leap off my camel.
flying tackle off of your camel onto this thing, pinning it to the ground. Its teeth are snapping at your face. It's trying to claw at you, but you've got it completely pinned. You do also notice as you jump off the camel and take this thing down to the ground that before, when it had come into view and had walked around some debris, it had shouted out to 2 of its fellows, and there are 2 others over on the side. But you have pinned this one to the ground. It seems to be dug into the sand, unable to get away.
Cool. Well, I guess that's my go then.
All right. Sugar, you watch as Diomedes makes a flying tackle of awesomeness. I think you might be muted.
I think you're muted.
Oh, I said
Wait.
sweet.
me? Oh, sorry.
Come
No,
back
me.
to us.
I'm here. Okay, cool. I will get off Frosting and start making my way over to Diomedes. I can't move as fast as him. I can get like.
Well, he stayed on the camel.
Yeah, you can stand.
Oh, did you? And you
I
jumped
moved
off
off
and
my-
grappled him.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was kind of awesome.
Oh, cool. Good job. Cool. So I am going to now, because I can't get up into melee with him. So I will.
Can you know?
And you said there are 2 others?
Yeah, and I'll say as you get to there, you do now you see Diomedes. He's pinned this creature, and then he looks up, and you follow his eye line, and you can now see these other 2. They were basically behind some of the debris.
Oh, sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Okay, then I will just cast, I'll cast Shield of Faith on myself. Real quick, because I can't get up to attack him this turn. And, yeah, I think that's going to be it for me for now.
Sure. Nyla, it's your turn.
What's the movement speed of the camels?
I've got it here. Oh, 50.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm gonna move about here and shoot one of my. I'm gonna hunter's mark one of the other jackals and shoot it.
Sure, number 2 or number 3? Which would you like?
2.
2. He's marked for death.
18 to 27 to hit.
Oh yes.
15. And then I'm gonna use my second attack to do the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before you do,
No,
are your
on.
Oh no. Okay. Real quick, are your arrows magical?
No.
Okay. You deftly fire your first arrow. It sinks into this thing. It looks like it's a super critical hit, but it doesn't seem to be as bothered by it as you'd like. And then, why don't you tell me why'd you
I
miss
fell
the
off my
second
camel.
shot? All right, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no. You get +4 because you're within 10 feet of me.
Another
Oh!
Doesn't matter.
That's impressive.
Nice.
You deftly fire at this thing. It sinks into the jackal. You're like, huh, that's weird. I expected there to be more. Then you go to fire again, and you pull back on the bow a little too far and just poof off the camel. You don't take any damage, but you are now prone next to your camel, who is looking down at you and is kind of disappointed.
Oh
Better
no.
luck shooting toothbrushes.
Oh.
Your camel's not upset. Camel's just disappointed. Anything else?
No, because I'm prone. Well, unless I can stand up, but I'm guessing I have to do that in my next turn.
I think you have to do that on your next turn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Then I'm just gonna
Oh,
face down into the
no,
sand.
no.
All right.
I'm about
It
to
is
get
these-
mad.
Well, let's see. It's about to be these jackal wares' turns. The one
Okay.
that is currently pinned by Ziomedes. You've got it grappled, so it's at disadvantage to its attacks, but it really doesn't like you on top of it, so it's just gonna try to bite you anyway. Come on. Ooh, wait, I gotta do this at disadvantage. The low roll is a 17. Does that hit?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right. So that's only 3 piercing damage.
Alright.
It tries to bite into your side, and it kind of grazes you a little bit.
Stop struggling.
Oh, it keeps struggling. It's super upset.
Bad doggy. Bad doggy.
The the other 2 are gonna lope up and try to help their friend. They've got a speed of 40 feet. Yeah, one of them 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I guess Trinkle, as much...
I was gonna ask you. I'm on Sugar's camel, so technically, do I just go with her? Essentially.
No, she
I
got
didn't take
approved,
my
I thought.
camel. I got off.
Oh, you got off your camel,
Yeah.
so your camel's just back there.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I couldn't reach, because I didn't. Yeah, I got off.
Yeah, so I guess you would just be there still sitting on...
The camel.
sitting on... Bye! Hoping that, Frosting is going to pay attention to you. Okay, Jackalware 3 is going to go running up to Nyla, who is currently on the ground, and is going to
Okay.
try to bite you.
I'm gonna die. It's fine.
Does have advantage because
Careful
you're on the
there.
ground.
Oh
That's a 23.
She's gonna die.
Oh no!
It's
Only
only 4
4.
piercing damage. It's not a lot. The other one is going to join their friend.
Oh, no.
Gonna be
And
okay.
it's gonna stare down at you with this intense gaze in its eyes. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
You get +4
Me?
because you're within 10 feet of me.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Add
Nyla, I
+4
need
to
you
it.
19.
Yeah.
Nice.
+4.
Nice.
Yeah, it's disconcerting how this thing stares at you, and you're not exactly sure why. And for a moment, you think it's trying to exert some sort of influence over you, but you shake it off. And they are done. Trinkle, it is your turn. Why is Trinkle dying? What's going on?
Wait, I don't think I'm dying.
No, you're
I just see
fine.
death failure status
Yeah,
dying.
that's-
Why? What's-
He
Wait,
clicked
Well,
on
you're-
that.
think about.
Stop dying.
I'm not
Stop
trying
doing
to
that.
die.
It is your turn.
Um,
What would you like to do?
I was just gonna use so on the one that hit Nyla, I was gonna use vicious mockery, and I'm gonna be like, "You're just half the man that we are. I mean, Diomedes, right? Just die already!" And I'm going to cast it. So it needs to make a Wisdom DC saving throw to my 16.
All right. That'd be 13. So no.
So and then it gets a disadvantage on its next attack. plus 8.
8,
Not
yeah.
bad. Wow,
It's
that was perfect.
It's
Nice.
looking to strike into Nyla a little bit more, and then you shout out these words to it, and you watch it like, anything else?
Nope. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna go over and like try to on right because Ryland's on his other camel. I'm gonna try to like high five him, see if he gives high five back. High five. Okay, never mind. Okay.
All right.
Good job. Good talk here.
Top of
I'm done.
I was
round
doing
2,
I'm sorry.
Ryland. Ryland, do you accept the high five?
I do. I accept. I'm not sure what she's doing. I think she's handing me something like a toothbrush, and I kind of like plaster my hand down hers. Okay, so that is there's that, and then let's see here. We got a couple of them. So let me go on to the which one am I on now? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go down to. Well, there are 2 on Trinkle right now, right?
No.
No, is that not Trinkle?
There are two.
Nyla.
There are 2 currently
Oh, Nyla,
attacking
you're right.
Nyla. She is prone on the ground as these 2 rip into her, and your brother has a 3rd one like pushed into the sand that he's grappling.
Okay,
Oh,
let me
your
just.
beloved.
Let's move down here, and then here. Oh, I need to mark my spell
And
slot for
here.
my fireball. Here and here. Then. Yeah, and then we're going to do a. Oh, that's not a good idea. Let's do an acid splash. So it's a DC 14 dexterity saving throw, and I believe because he's got a friend within 1 feet, but within 5 feet of each other, they must both succeed on dexterity saving throws.
All right, so this is number
So
2 and number
splash.
3, the 2 that are going
That is-
into
yes, that is-
Nyla.
yeah. 2 and 3 on over, yeah.
Dexterity saving throws.
God damn it.
All right, that's a
I-
15 and
I-
a 16.
I do nothing because it's a cantrip.
Aw, yeah,
I'm
they're
sorry.
too busy tearing into her body, trying to go after her, and the acid just goes high.
A bubble of minty acid comes out from my wand, but it kind of just misses the 2 of them. And I will, because I couldn't go over, I'm going to Misty Step over there.
And there you are.
Yep.
All right, Ziomedes,
Try and distract
your
one.
turn.
All right.
Oh, okay.
This guy is still on the ground, isn't he? And I've pinned him on the. He's on the ground, right?
Oh yeah, you've got him in a headlock on the ground.
Okay. As he's trying to bite me, I look around, see my party members are in the middle of killing the other jackalwares, and I'm like, ugh. Look to the one I'm grappling. I tried to warn you. And I'll release him from the headlock, standing up over his body, and I'll rage. So just this kind of holy aura suddenly surrounds me, and my hair like billows in the wind, and I'll strike down 2-handed with my partisan. 21 to hit.
21 definitely hits.
Okay, let's see. What do we roll? Let me just check here. Yeah, that's 14 damage.
Nice. Is your weapon magical?
No.
All right. You slash down looking all epic with glowing hair and everything, and the wound doesn't go quite as deep as you would like.
Well, I'll make it go deeper then. I'll twist the blade inside of it. Should be rolling with advantage. Yeah, I just realized because is he
He is
on the
prone.
floor? Yeah, I should be rolling.
Yep.
With
Oh!
you
Ooh,
can count those
yikes.
other rolls for the.
So that was a 2 and a 1. Ziomedes, why do you miss this attack?
Why? Why? Because I rolled it really badly. No. As I try to stab into the ground, my hair whips into my face from the raging, billowing wind. I'm like, oh, I can't see. And I stab into the sand instead.
Sand on his face.
It was too epic.
I love it.
All right.
The
Yeah,
wind just
yeah.
Use a
hit me rock
toothbrush.
like- I was like, oh. Should have got
You were
brave.
too amazing for that moment, and it all went wrong. It all went wrong. You need to recenter yourself. Anything else?
That's it, I'm afraid.
All right, Sugar, it's your turn.
Cool. I will step forward. So I'm within 10 feet of everyone who's over here. And then I will look at the one who is on my new friend Nyla, and I will try to stab it.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, wait, I think I finally figured out this targeting thing. Maybe? Who knows?
Nah.
I don't know. Damn it. Okay.
You're going after number 2. I got
Yes. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Hwah! 15?
15 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Sweet. Boop. And we'll do some divine smite on it. Just the one. Is this are they fiends or undead?
They are definitely not undead. You could tell that just by looking at them.
Yeah.
They are not fiends.
Okay, so here's just regular level 1 divine smite. Ha! 5.
Ha!
So, yes, I don't know where it went, but it was a 5. Maybe I threw it too far. I think I hefted it too far. So 8 non-magical, and then 5 radiant.
All right. Yeah, so the slash down that's just the weapon seems to do not as much damage as you would like, but then your divine smite goes off and it howls in pain as that digs into its flesh. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm going to do my other attack.
Sure.
Yeah, I do it again. Do it again.
Do it again. Harder.
Do it again. Okay, I'm trying. And that's a natural. Oh, I keep.
Yeah, you got to drop it inside the little box, or you got to like double click on your.
Okay, wait.
actual
No, I'm
attack.
gonna try it again. I can do this. I'm an adult.
Hey, there it is.
16.
Nice.
16 hits.
I'm an adult. I'll use another divine smite after I roll the regular damage. Ooh, so 7 regular damage if it's, I don't know if it's resistant, but that seems to be what it is. And then 7 radiant damage.
All right. You once again slash into this thing, and it seems to resist your weapon, but then your divine smite goes off, and in the middle of its cry, and it dies.
Bye.
Bad doggy.
Goodbye to you. Anything else?
No, I'm chill.
All right. You be chill. Nyla,
I'm chill.
one of the 2 that were standing over you, digging into your chest, has been dispatched, but the other one is still salivating over your face.
I give
Okay,
Nyla
so
a thumbs up.
That was the one that had Hunter's Mark, so my Hunter's Mark is now moved on to the 3rd Jackal 3.
Sure.
And since I'm prone, my movement, I guess, is just gonna be to roll over, and then I'm gonna try to shoot.
You can spend half your movement to stand up, and then go from there.
I'm gonna roll over and try to shoot up at this jackal, like underneath
Sure.
it. So 25, does that hit?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Right into the jaw, right there.
And then 13. And then my
Okay.
second attack. 19.
19 will definitely hit.
17.
Ooh. So both these arrows slam like into the sides of its neck, up into its jaw, and while neither of them do nearly as much damage as you would like, they're still brutal hits, and blood is now dripping down its chest, and it's looking pretty hurt. So yay! Anything else?
I'm gonna just roll away a little bit.
Okay. You deftly barrel roll out of the direct area. It is these 2 jackalwares again. The one that is currently grappled by Ziomedes.
I'm not grappling him anymore.
Oh, yeah, you just stood up and yeah. It's going to stand up and it's going to stare at you, and it's going to mumble something in a language you're not even sure if it's a language or what it's actually saying. But I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I got a 17.
Oh yeah, no problem. It glares at you, and for a second you think it's trying to do something, and then nothing really happens, and it's
Straight back at him.
The other one is not quite willing to let Nyla go, and is gonna reach over onto its side, and now you can see that these creatures are armed, and while they've been attacking with their muzzles and with their claws, pulls out this scimitar, and it's gonna go after you, Nyla. 16 to hit?
Over here.
Doesn't hit.
Actually, not over here. That would hurt me.
Actually, I think you're still down on the ground, aren't you? You just rolled a little bit, so I think it does get advantage. Oh, but that's a natural one.
Doesn't hit.
It goes to slash at you, and Rylan does a little jig, and over here. It gets totally distracted for a moment.
Wiggle his butt.
Completely.
Yeah,
I look at my toothbrush.
No.
Totally fails. It sees your toothbrush, and for a moment it's like, and they're done. Trinkle.
I'm also gonna use, once again, on the one that's fighting Nyla, I'm gonna use Vicious Mockery, and I'm gonna try to say whatever, obviously I'm gonna butcher it, but whatever it was trying to, curse Ziomedes with, I'm gonna be trying to do the same thing back to it. Obviously I failed,
Nice.
but I'm gonna try. So it just
All
needs
right.
to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom
That's
saving
just-
throw. Oh, I did not mean to roll with advantage. So that first one is at 8, so it fails.
Yay!
And it has advantage. Oh my goodness, 7.
Nice. Yeah, once again, so it not only was completely distracted by Ryland's toothbrush, then you whisper this. What you now, as it comes out of your mouth, is kind of gibberish, but that gibberish is so disconcerting to this thing. This, and it's looking pretty hurt. Anything else?
I'm just gonna sit back there.
Chill.
You can just chill on top of Frosting. All right,
Frosting
Ryland, it's your
loves
turn.
you.
All right. This one's made a mistake. I'm going to... Let's see if we can do that. Oh no, I've lost my first level spells. Where did I put them? No!
Where did
Okay.
I go?
Oh shoot.
Oh,
All
wait,
right,
they're
I-
under the
okay.
mattress. Okay.
I appear to have lost all my first level spells. I don't know why I've done that. But something happened.
Someone
no.
stole your book.
Someone's stolen my
You
spell book.
cheeky.
Let's give it a firebolt. So the firebolt is a 8 to hit.
Sadly, no.
And I'm gonna be like, over here! Nyla, stand up, please.
Jackalware reaches for that toothbrush and manages to duck out of the way of your firebolt as it's like. Anything else?
That's all I can do. I'm a little bit useless when I miss.
Diomedes, it's your turn.
Sorry, but it looks like the rest of my party doesn't seem interested in taking prisoners. I'll jab at him with my spear again, 17.
I'm interested in prisoners. You
17
didn't
will hit.
ask me.
Well, you're killing all of them without hesitation.
Oh, I
grab
killed
it.
one.
Well, that's still killing. Regardless, I'd look towards my sister and I realize we are divine beings of a celestial origin, and I'll activate my divine fury, which I forgot to do last time. Showing me how it's all done again. I'll do an extra 8 radiant damage on top of that, which so that's
All right.
magical. How he handles that one.
Yeah, you slash down with your partisan, doing, as you now expect, not as much damage as you would hope. But then, inspired by your sister, the radiant energy surges down this weapon, and as it combusts into the chest of this thing. While it doesn't seem like the radiant does anything special, the amount of damage definitely kills it.
Really?
Yay.
Okay. Cool. In that case, I'll run over to the other one and run it through with my Farzan just charging forward my extra attack.
Sure.
Going, 24.
Oh yes, that hits.
And damage was at 13.
All right. Yeah, and this one seems super hurt, but is still standing.
Wow.
Yeah, Sugar.
Okay, I would like to run up to it. And I would like to attack it, but I would like to attack it non-lethally
Sure.
with my sword. I'm gonna try that. Okay. 16.
That will hit.
Okay. Do I just roll my regular damage? And it's just like non-lethal, like hitting it over the head.
Yeah, basically blunt
Okay.
end of swords and that kind of thing.
But tell me if this is enough to knock it out. 13.
It is not. It seems
Okay.
to still be standing there, but
Wow.
it's
Okay.
reeling a little bit as
One
as
more
you
time. Here we go.
You're flipped.
12?
A 12 is its armor class. You just hit.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Come on.
They're not
Down,
really wearing that
doggy.
much armor.
9. Down, doggy.
And it goes down. It is unconscious on the ground. As its eyes roll back into its head and it falls to the ground. Nyla.
These
Well,
Iomedes.
So it's only this thing on the. I just stand
I knocked
up.
it out.
I stand up and
Seems
I
to
put my
be.
bow at it.
It seems to be unconscious on the ground.
Yeah. So all I'm gonna do is stand up and ready my action in case it tries to attack me.
Sure. It is its turn. On its turn, it's unconscious on the ground, so it doesn't do anything. But from the south, where so you guys had come from the north on the Black Road to this area where this caravan had obviously been intercepted and destroyed, and to the south, you see off in the distance, you hear a and you see 5 more of them cresting over a sand dune. They're about 50, 60 feet away, and they crest over, howling into the sky. They see you and you kind of lock eyes with them. As they start to lope forward, kind of alternating between running on 2 feet and running on all 4s, you see they're all weaponed. They look like the ones that you guys have been attacking. They go streaking forward, and then out of the sky, out of nowhere, there's this bright flash of light and this
Dragon.
zooming copper image that streaks almost faster than you can see, and then all of a sudden there is a dragon there.
I
am so clever.
So
That is not-
excited.
That is not the size of this dragon. Why can't I make this token bigger? Quick, someone tell me how to make the token bigger.
Hold down control and scroll.
Guys, are we
Control
gonna have
Oh,
a mini
someone
teacup
else is-
dragon? Dang it.
I'm pulling up for you later.
There we go. There
Aw,
we go.
yeah.
Oh, dragon.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
you. All right, hold on. All
Friendly
right.
dragon.
So this copper dragon swoops down, strafing these 5 jackals, breathing onto them as they are quickly incinerated by this thing. It zooms back up into the air incredibly fast. You've never seen a being like make the speed that this thing is. It circles you once, twice, and then poof, lands on the sand in front of you. As it lands, you can see now that it is a copper dragon, but it's young. It's not huge. it seems to be a young dragon, and as it claws up onto the dune where you guys are, it goes, hey, what you got?
This is excellent. Hello,
Rylan, it's a
greetings.
dragon. It's a
I know.
dragon.
What's your?
Are you
I said
friendly?
my name?
Yeah, what's your name?
killed
I
you.
shouted.
It looks at you, Trinkle, and it says, Vizier, hi! And it waves a claw at you.
Vizier. Fascinating. Vizier, did you... Please tell
Hi.
me, are you the one responsible for killing these fools down here? Not the hyenas, but the men and women.
The no, just those guys. Just those back there. And he looks back at the 5 that he just strafed and destroyed.
Well, thank you, my
job.
friend.
Are we friends
We
now?
appreciate it. Sure, absolutely we are.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, nice. Hi, I'm Vizier.
Vizier, do you have a...
Trinkle.
This is Trinkle, this is Ziomedes, this is Sugar, this is Nyla, and I am Rylan.
Yeah, hi. What's this one's name? And he points down at the unconscious Jackalware on the ground.
No one cares. I don't
Currently,
know.
like,
He
tying
is
up
called,
right now.
called Bad Doggo.
Oh, no, not a friend.
Not a
Not friend.
I mean, we could try to
I mean,
make
I know that
friends,
they don't taste good.
right?
I-
Sugar is
Ah.
vegan.
Okay, yes.
Anyway, Vizier, do you have a what are you doing here? What are you
Flying.
up to here? Flying, of course you are. Probably flying from your hoard of treasured magical items and spell books.
That-
Nah, just flying around. I
Right.
haven't found a place to do a hoard yet. Do you have a suggestion? I
Oh,
haven't
yes.
found a place yet.
Oh, I know a nice little place. There's an older woman and she has a lot of towels, but I'll go into that later.
What's a
so... Don't worry yet. It's big picture stuff. So, presumably these jackals here killed the men and women here? Do they have a home base? Do you know? Have you ever seen them before?
Nope.
Excellent. Good. Well, I think our work here is done. Vizier, how would you like to come back with us to
Where are you going?
my lab?
Lab? That sounds boring. Why would you go to a lab when you can fly
It's-
around? And he
I agree.
he quickly like swoops his wings a couple of times and raises off the ground a little bit. And you guys have to shield yourself as sand goes everywhere. Lands again and says, "See, flying! I can fly really fast.
I
Want to race? I'll race ya. I'm really fast. Really, really
I
fast.
hop off the horse and I run right up to Vizier.
And I say, oh, I've always wanted to fly. I've never flied. Can you show me how it works? Can I?
Do you have wings?
No, but can I get on your back and you can give me a ride?
Well, but that's not flying, is it? That's riding.
Yeah, but that's the best I can do.
Could have
Well,
asked
you
me
go
any
find-
day.
You
No,
go find wings, and once you have wings, then we can go flying. Okay? I've never raced a what are you, a halfling? I've never raced one of you before.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I-
Go get wings. I'll wait. You have wings yet?
Good
You have wings
idea.
yet?
Your
wings yet?
Vizier,
I burst
Yes,
my
hi.
wings out. I burst my wings out. Screw it. I'll use it.
So you-
My ding out. And yeah, the torn. I should have taken my rag off first. Damn it! I always forget. Yeah, I didn't take my cloak off. So that just explodes into nothingness. And I have suddenly got wings, and I'll fly up to the same kind of height he is hovering. And... Right. I
Well,
have wings.
he had landed to talk to you, but as soon as you
Oh.
fly, he immediately flies up, and she's like, "Yes! Ooh, those are cool."
Why, thank you. They only last a minute, however. Now,
Then we should race quick. That
We
way.
should-
And he immediately takes off to the east, flying
I'll fly after him.
super fast.
Okay,
How fast can you? What's your speed?
Not very fast. Not as fast as a dragon for sure. Unless I really run and dash, and I can move 40 foot, can I? And then
I think-
dash another 40. I think so.
Yeah. He not only you don't get the sense that this is malice or trickery or anything. You get the sense he's just excited and he went and started to race. But he's going like twice the speed you are, and that's despite the fact that every once in a while he pokes his head under himself to look back at you to see where you are, and then like grin at you, and then he keeps flying. And then about 45 seconds into this race, when you think that he's like gone, you think he might have gone over the horizon, he comes streaking back. He flies over your head and goes, "I won, but you're really fast!" And he comes back over to the rest of you.
God, okay.
He lands.
Very impressive.
Vizier?
Wings! Yes, hi!
Yeah. Hi. Hi, Vizier.
Hi. Hi!
Did you happen? Hi. 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 Did you happen to see what, if you were flying, just for fun, did you happen to see what happened to these caravans here?
No! Did you want me to?
If you could. Can
Okay.
you?
Flies straight up and kind of circles for a little bit. You see the circling get wider. Zymede is about this time. You make it back. You maybe got about 10 seconds left on your wings. You'd gone way out. Vizier circles a little bit, and then the circling gets wider. The circling gets wider, and the circling gets wider, and then you see him disappear off to the south. And then about 30 seconds later, he comes streaking back and then poof, lands onto the ground in front of you, and he says, "There's a lot of tracks going south. Lots and 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 lots of tracks."
Did they look like the feet of our friend here, Bad Doggo?
I was way up there. I couldn't
right,
see.
of
You'd have to
course.
take a look.
Tracks.
A big track,
Cool.
lots of tracks.
Great. We should
Oh,
go
around this-
follow them.
Around this caravan, while they're having this conversation, and as he's been doing his little crazy going out and stuff, can I just see if there's anything like unique about? Because these are the 3 wagons, correct?
You
Right,
think so?
so-
You think with a very cursory glance, yeah, there's 3
But can I just, like,
wagons.
check? Can I check around and see, and just kind of see if I can either find evidence of what could possibly been there, or like just kind of like do like either like perception or investigation, just like look around to make sure that like we're not missing any clues of what could be possibly occurred here.
Absolutely. Roll an investigation check.
Whilst this is happening, ask the Vizier, just how old of a dragon are you?
In human years or in dragon years?
Human.
I think I'm like 7? Is that a number? That's a number, right?
It is a number.
That's 7.
The lucky number. You must be a very lucky dragon.
Well, I found you guys right.
You did!
You look super happy. Trinkle, what did you roll?
I got a 7, yeah. So I
Okay.
just see pretty sand.
Well, I mean, even with there's a lot of obvious things here as you take the moment to look. The
Mhm.
bodies that are left are, you're pretty sure, the same guards that you saw back at Braskin's place. They're wearing the same leather armor in the red. They've got the pikes. You do notice there does only seem to be 7. It's not any other bodies, and all of them seem
20.
to be. Yeah, you were told that with Edom, and Edom had his own 2 guards from the tribe that he was with, and then there were another 20 guards.
20,
So there's
so there's
quite a lot of
23.
Yeah, there were quite a lot of people unaccounted for. The carts themselves seem to have been partially destroyed. In whatever attack occurred here, they were knocked over, smashed, and as you take a look inside what remains of them, it looks like they were also picked over pretty well. Any of the boxes have been broken into. There were a bunch of barrels that were smashed. You can see that some of the barrels must have contained water because there's wet patches on the ground under where some of these barrels were. And there's strewn cloth everywhere. At one point, you see what looks like a pile of sage. Like there had been a bag of spices of some sort that had been broken open, but whatever was in these carts was completely picked clean, or as much as could be after these things were smashed. And there's a couple of camel bodies. Obviously, some of the camels were killed. You do notice as you circle around, thinking about Vizier saying about the tracks, you do notice some camel tracks going off in a variety of directions. So you think maybe some of the camels just scattered. And then there are a horde of tracks of what looks like some camels, some humans, some maybe jackals. You're not too sure, that are starting to be it seems like the only reason that the tracks are still there is that there were so many of them. The wind has started to erase a lot of the tracks that have gone through, but they've cut their way through these dunes, and they do lead in a southerly direction.
Well,
Someone's just having fun rotating Vizier on the map. That's fine. Have fun.
Vizier, did you see where the tracks led?
South. Way south. South.
To the end?
I didn't go to the end. I could go to the
okay.
end. That sounds fun. And he flies up into the air. And he heads south.
Oh.
well, what I see here is accurate. It seems like most of it went south, so I think we should just continue to go south.
Hopefully we can have a Vizier's assistance and know his home nest so that we might speak with him further in the future.
Rylan, you're smiling. It's very disconcerting.
I'm not smiling.
I see it
Yes.
on your
What is
face.
that then?
You're definitely
I'm-
smiling.
I'm not trying to
gas?
smile.
Is your mustache twitching too?
No, I'm
Is that happiness?
I'm not happy. I'm just excited.
Go on,
About
you can
the prospect
say.
of
We're
it.
waiting. Tell us.
A dragon. Brother, after all, is not Bahamut our patron god?
Indeed, but he is of the platinum, far greater than just mere copper or bronze.
Well, the Vizier is copper, so getting there.
Right, but this one wasn't at all how I expected a dragon to behave.
Oh, it's
I mean-
even better than I hoped.
There's a
could
I
sudden
like this dragon.
poof, and Vizier appears again as he has flown now back from wherever he was. Need to make him big again. Big. Oh, well, that's close enough. Like a flash, like he was gone for just these moments as you guys talked, and then he lands again. He's just there. He is so fast, and he looks at you and goes, "Hi."
Oh, what's
Hello.
the... You are
So,
way.
did you see anything?
Find-
I've got at least another 7 human years before I catch up to you.
Well, that's what I do. Is I'm fast. Was I find what? What am I finding?
Did you find the end of the trail? The tracks?
He's still
Oh yeah. No, they go that way to the big oasis, the small oasis, the medium oasis. This oasis
Ooh.
that way. That way.
Oasis. Very
Yeah, it's a couple
fancy.
tents, a lot of tracks, a lot of people. Look boring. Who needs water?
People or more of those jackal creatures?
I don't know. It's flying pretty high.
Of course. Well,
Right.
Vizier, you have been most helpful with us. Would you like to come on an adventure with us, Vizier?
What are you doing?
Well, we are going to head southwards, and we're going to see what they're
I was
up
already
to.
there.
Well, you haven't been down there, and you haven't seen them or eaten some of them, maybe.
What? No, I don't want to eat. No, I don't eat these guys. And he points to the unconscious jackalware that's still on the ground there. He's like, no, it tastes funny.
Maybe just kill a few for justice.
For why? What's justice?
Good question. Something we'll never discuss, actually. Now, these these free dead humans here were friends of ours. I
Oh, I'm
cared
sorry.
about their hopes and dreams, and I also knew what they were. I remembered that, and they have been killed by these jackal people. And that's something, quite frankly, that deserves some retribution. Now, revenge is a dish best served with dragons. Dragons killing.
You want to
those
serve
that
me?
you- No, neither in a meal sense or a legal sense. No, I speak
Oh, because that could be
metaphorically.
fun. Although you guys can't keep up with me, so it'd be really hard for you to serve me. I don't need anyone to serve me anyway. I can fly.
Right. Yes. No, that's not exactly what I had in mind either. So, how about we just take a little look over there together as a group? Have you ever traveled with a group before, Vizier?
A group of friends.
Friends.
We
No.
can be your friends.
Mm,
You are my friends, right?
that's right.
Yes.
And friends go everywhere
Cool.
together. Friends do everything together.
That's not what I thought about. Friends are just people that you like. I like you guys. You seem cool, but I already went south. I already went there.
Trust me, friends are not necessarily people that you like.
Trinkle.
That's
But we
weird.
need
Why would you
help.
be friends?
And friends help
you-
each
you all-
other.
You all seem pretty awesome. I don't see
we
why
have
you-
a friend that we lost,
We
and
are.
we need to find this friend before they die. And so, if you want to help us stop someone from dying and be our friend, then you'll help us,
And you'll be a hero.
and you'll be a hero.
Seems like a lot of responsibility to be heaping on me. I only met you like a few minutes ago.
What if you just gave us a ride?
Like all of you?
Yeah,
He-
wouldn't that then it wouldn't be
rears
a
back.
big responsibility.
I don't know if I could carry all of you. I've only got 4 claws. And you got
We could-
camels.
Right.
Yeah.
And-
we do.
What if
I mean,
you
do you wanna
carry
take all
the
of-
camels? You carry the
You
camels and we
haven't
ride on your back.
Oh my
Huh?
Oh.
Huh?
Vizier reaches over with one of his claws and goes to grab Frosting.
Oh, come on! Come
And-
on!
Very gently, his claw reaches around the top of Frosting, and Frosting is giving you the
Okay, it's okay, buddy. It's okay.
Vizier grabs him and like lifts him off the ground, and you watch as Frosting's little hooved feet go beep, 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 in the air as he is fighting against his natural instincts to not be taken by a predator. And Vizier kind of looks at him and goes, "This is weird," and puts him back down and goes, "Listen, go south, go save a friend.
Okay.
If you need me, just call for me.
Yes.
Hi." No, I'm
Viz-
gonna go north. I haven't gone north yet, and north seems
Very
like a lot
good.
more fun. 'Cause I've already been south.
Do you have a nest, Vizier, at all? Perhaps you're looking for one.
Well, yeah, that's kind of. I mean, I just started looking for one. I'm looking around, kind of checking out the housing market and everything.
Good idea. Do I know roughly where the inn is? Thank you, Lord Arctic.
Which inn?
The one that we've been at. I've forgotten the name of it. The one with the old woman.
The lamb's rest?
The lamb's
Oh, the
Rest.
Lamb's Rest.
Yeah.
You actually don't know. You know that it's in a town called Windrip, but you don't know where Windrip is.
Okay, I say head. If you don't know where it is, start looking around, and we can meet you back there.
Okay, I'll see you there. And he lifts off the ground and he starts to fly north. And he waves at
He's
you.
going-
Bye!
Bye! He's going to
Just
scare
realized
so
why-
many people. He's going to scare so many people, Rylan.
He's
It's fine. Laid some dragon snares back in the inn.
Just realised why it's called Lamb's Rest. Lambs, federal.
I do it wherever we go. I've been doing it this whole time, just in case one showed up. You don't know, I do it when Nyla's asleep.
What?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, maybe we should get going. We should get going right now.
It's about this time that the jackal wearer that is currently unconscious amongst the group of you goes and seems to start to be coming to consciousness.
I'll place my foot upon his chest and pin him to the floor.
Do we really need him?
I readied my action so I can shoot him.
He could
you'd
tell
like
us
to.
You've
what's
been holding your bow that entire time. Like,
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
He
This
could
copper
tell
dragon
us-
shows up and you're
He
like,
could tell us what they're doing. If the jackals took the people, he could tell us what's up.
Does anybody speak jackal?
do you speak common tongue?
and it regards you for a moment and it says, Sometimes.
Only on weekends.
Hello.
Only on every other day.
I like to switch it up.
Well, we are very lucky.
Do you value
Hello.
your life?
My life is mine to give.
Could ask the name first, Diomedes, before you start with the tough questions. You have a name?
I like this. Good cop, bad cop.
It doesn't answer you.
Oh,
you
because
want
it's
to
embarrassed that
die?
I beat it.
Do you want to
Let's
die?
hear silence.
You sound like you're helping him out. Would you like a pastry? Would you like to die?
Would you like tea and cake or death? Tea and cake. It continues to lie on the ground. It's kind of sat up a little bit. It's still staring at all of you and it goes,
I pin him back down. As he tries to sit up, I'll push my foot down even further and back into the sand.
Okay. Shh, good doggy. Now, all these people, they seem like they really want to hurt you. I don't necessarily want to hurt you. That's why I just conked you on the head. Can you tell me, it would just be like really nice, right? If
Who
you
killed
could
these
tell me
men?
what was...
In the back up, good cop thing.
Give it a goddamn answer.
You...
it continues to stare at the both of you. It doesn't answer. One of you can roll me an intimidation check.
Oh, I will.
Can I? I want to.
I'll say one of
yeah.
you can roll and the other and get advantage because the other is helping.
Yeah.
It's good cop,
Cool.
bad cop.
I'll be rolling. With advantage. Oh, yeah.
I don't want to help him.
Well,
Ooh,
apparently you did.
yeah. Good cop, bad cop.
Okay.
Always a good team. It looks back and forth at the two of you and says, "Why am I still alive?"
I'm not an indiscriminate murderer. You're
It
welcome.
looks around at the dead jackals and its dead friends.
Because
They're
we only
not
need
in-
one of you to talk.
Not indiscriminate.
So, who
Well,
killed
talk.
these men?
It's not indiscriminate. We discriminate.
We're very
should
discriminating
discriminate.
about our killing.
About who we kill.
So who killed these men? Supposed to be
Others.
lying in wait.
Other
No.
jackals?
Others.
Other jackals?
Others. It kind of glares at you.
Ooh. Do I want to do that?
Others looking for prey.
So they killed not for the. What were they holding? Or were they? Why would they want to kill them?
Meat.
Just-
Water. Blood.
That's it.
Cool.
What else is there?
Death.
Love. Happiness.
Friendship.
That's great. On the same time, Sayo says death, Trinkle says laugh.
This hairy, bloody maw looks over at you, Trinkle, and says, "You would taste extra good.
I know.
would-
Because I'm so sweet.
I would love to eat you."
I actually drafted up a recipe for halflings before. I'd never
I
used
hate
it.
him.
Did you say that to Trinkle?
When he says that, I hit him.
When he says that,
Alright.
I snap to the face as well.
I don't want to hurt him. We
Oh, I
just
do.
double hit him.
Aww.
I don't want to hurt him, so I double hit him.
Yeah.
All right, wait. I hear both
Just
Diomedes and
for
Sugar
laugh.
making attack rolls for me. Go ahead.
Yeah. Non-lethal.
Fully
By the way, I'm
lethal.
totally
The-
braiding Frosting's hair, so you know.
Oh, twinsies! Twinsies! We both got
Twinsies.
18s.
Oh my goodness!
Both of you to roll damage.
I don't want to hurt him.
He's going to die. for that.
Diomedes wants to.
Oh
Yeah, Sugar, you turn around your weapon to go and try to conk this thing with the blunt end as Diomedes. How do you kill this thing?
Through the throat and pinning the disgusting tongue that just said that horrible thing about Trinkle.
Yeah, as it's slathering its jaws looking at Trinkle, thinking about eating a halfling, it is very quickly just skewered and dies. Sorry, Sugar.
Well, that
I
was
got him.
incredibly foolish, but nonetheless, we can head south. We know where they are.
Is that the first
We
time
have
you're
nothing for
upset
us.
about killing something dying?
Well, we could have tortured it for more information first. I mean, just running it through. I mean, cut out the tongue first. Diomedes, how many times have I told you?
Well, then he couldn't talk.
Silence. Do not question my methods.
Yeah,
Okay,
nothing
so-
for us anyway.
Yep, I guess we want
Rylan, I
to
think
know
you're losing
anything
your
else.
touch.
Oh, I'm not losing my touch, my friend. Those dragon baits will come in handy any day now.
I'm going back to Trinkle and getting on frosting and starting to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Goodness
Do we
gracious.
have one more look around, just in case?
You guys have really changed. Don't know what. Who hurt you? Who hurt you?
That was the most meta moment I've had in a very long time. Just watching that question be asked. All right,
I know what
Diomedes, you
the
said you wanted to
Yeah, yeah.
give me as everybody kind of as you gather your camels, as you get ready to leave again, go ahead and give me another investigation check.
Sure. I want help. Does
Too
anyone
bad.
else want to give me a hand here? Are we just leaving these? I mean,
They've been
Their
picked
bodies.
over.
fine, I'll look at myself. That's alright.
Nice.
Yeah, you don't really see anything else. I mean, you could probably pick up some scraps of some dried meats and there's like a half a bolt of cloth that doesn't look like it's not covered in blood and
Sure.
you could search the bodies, but the bodies themselves seem like they've already been, if not searched, they were currently being eaten when you guys arrived, so there's really
Right.
not much left.
Okay. That's fine. I'll take the
Okay.
dried meats as rations, and the bulk cloth might be able to sell later as well.
Sure. It seems to be linen. It's very nice. You strap it to the side of your camel and you guys are going to head off?
Yeah,
Yep.
and I'll
Go.
put on my other cape, whatever it was.
Such a good buy.
The spare one.
The second one that you bought just in case the thing that happened that actually
Yeah.
happened happens? Okay.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yep.
All right. You guys strap in and head down on down south on your camels. I need to know who is leading this group to follow these tracks south.
Nyla?
Did everyone just go not it?
Nyla. Nyla.
Nyla, do it!
You not
You're
want
a ranger, Nyla. This might not be the
do
trees,
things
but
in nature.
Yeah,
We'll be
not
right
my favorite
behind
terrain.
you to protect you.
I'm
Nyla,
a
I
tree.
would-
I know nothing of but yeah.
I,
fine.
while she's doing that,
I'm
Nyla,
a
I will.
tree.
I'm a tree. I love how your reaction to everything lately has been, but I'm a tree. All right, I would
Wait,
love
what
a
did you
survival
say?
check. And
Well,
survival
at
check
least
from you
I'm
and
good
Trinkle.
at
What,
At least I'm good at that. 21.
Yeah.
oh, yes. Despite what's obviously been some time and the wind, fortunately, these tracks seem to head directly south. And even when they've been overcome by the sand dunes, you're able to quickly find bits and pieces of the tracks. It's almost as if the tracks themselves get taken over by the sand, but there were so many moving from this destroyed cart to wherever they were going that you find little bits and pieces of cloth, you find some blood, you find just everywhere that you go telltale signs of a large group of a multitude of beings moving in this direction. You travel for most of the rest of the day, stopping in the middle of the day when the sun gets high because you were told, don't, nope, it gets way too hot. Even Frosting and the other camels are like, as the sun starts to go down again and it cools off, you guys continue the trek. And as you come over a ridge, you look down upon what most of you would think would be a mirage if it wasn't for the fact that Vizier told you that something like this might be happening. You see a large oasis in front of you, a thin strip of water surrounded by thick vegetation, and on the sides of on the eastern sides of this long pool, these jutting rock outcrops, 3 of them in these half spikes reaching over the sands, almost over the water. They peak up 50, 60, 70 feet tall, massively wide. They are being shared with you right now. New map. And you see in the shade of these 3 tall rock spires are a bunch of tents. One incredibly large one in bright colors, the others also kind of almost circus tents, just in blues and greens, this giant red main tent, some of them striped, and they're all under the shelter of these giant rock pinnacles along the water's edge. You see faint movement in the distance as you guys have kind of stopped over the ridge to peer down. It seems to be humanoid. No one seems to have called out to you yet, but in the setting sun, you can see it glinting off of this oasis, this impressive sight before you. We'll pause right there, and I think next time we'll explore a little bit of this oasis that you've been led to. This
Very
seems like an
nice.
excellent place to stop.
Absolutely. Well, my friends, that is where we're going to end tonight's episode of Monthly Modules. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, let us know in the chat there. And stick around, because we're going to head into our next game, Atomic Cthulhu, in just a few minutes' time here. So thank you guys for watching. It has been a lot of fun. Another thank you to Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice, D&Dice.co.uk, and of course WaylandGames.co.uk for supporting and sponsoring the show. Let's go around the cast and crew. Did we enjoy ourselves? Where can we find you guys online? Let's start with our Dungeon Master, Obo Crazy. Obo, great job tonight. What did you think of tonight's session?
Oh, I had so much fun. I had to think for quite a while when we got that donation in that said, we need a monster to help the crew, and I was trying to think fast about what could go your way. And I think, I don't remember who said it, but someone was like, a dragon. I went, sure, why not? So I like doing fun things like throwing dragons at you guys that are just not your standard typical dragon. So I hope you liked young, impressionable, stupid dragon. They're fun. But hi, I'm Lauren, also known as Obo Crazy. You can find me on as the DM for Dungeon Drunks, which is a podcast that comes out on Mondays. Hey, so if you're not sick of me yet, go subscribe to Dungeon Drunks. We're participating in the Podcast of Foes, which is about 20 different podcasts have all gotten together, got Tome of Foes early from Wizards of the Coast, and are putting out podcasts that are using some of those monsters. So if you'd like a heads up and a sneak peek about some of the different things that you can find in Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, go listen to our podcast. Our episode comes out tomorrow on the Dungeon Delve feed, so definitely go check that out. You can also find me on Saturdays on the official Dungeons & Dragons channel doing Heroes Graveyard. I'm playing Salandis Makor, the Dragonborn cleric, desperately trying to keep everybody alive in a world in where that's not easy. And if you're in the Seattle area, you can come see me play oboe and English horn in a bunch of different places, and just ask me on Twitter and I'll tell you. Okay, thank you, bye.
Thanks so much, Lauren. Let's go to Sam, Harley's Armory. Same questions.
I didn't even hear the questions, but I should know them.
The usual one. Go ahead, Sam. Where can we find you online?
Tonight was really fun.
Where are level bases?
I liked falling off my camel, honestly. I thought that was pretty funny. And then you can find me on Twitter right now, and I'll post that in the chat.
Thanks so much, Sam. Toto D.
I had a great time. It was fun to get back in the groove of things just because I had been out for a little bit. So I've really appreciated having Obo Crazy as a DM. It's been fun. A lot of fun moments that just make me laugh. So I'm really grateful for that. I am Toto D. I am a Twitch variety streamer. Currently I haven't been streaming as much because I am going through a rough pregnancy, but it's a wonderful thing. So I will put my stuff in the link in the chat because I do plan on coming back to Twitch, and I'm always on Twitter, so feel free to check me out. And I appreciate all that you guys have done for not only me, but for Encounter Roleplay, and give me this opportunity is amazing. So thank you.
Thanks so much, Toto D. Lauren.
Yes, I had a great time. This is a good way to lead into my graduation week, which is pretty exciting. So I'm excited that everything started off so well. You can find me on Twitter at @ThatSaltyGinger. On Sundays, you can find me playing some Pulp Cthulhu in our campaign Project Athena over on Greg's channel, Grimjack21502. Ethan Hudgens, who made some of our maps, also started a podcast called Too Many RPGs, which I'll link, and their first episode is all about Project Athena. So if you want to catch up there, you can too.
Thanks so much, Lauren. And last but not least, Chris.
Yeah, it was actually a really cool session. Obviously, it was the first time being GM'd by Obo Crazy, and I think you did a really good job. It was awesome. I liked the sudden change of setting, which was going from a castle to a desert. That was fantastic. And then the weird twists on all the NPCs, or I'm not really sure if I trust this old woman yet, but then and then the dragon was totally a curveball as well. I was like totally thinking a majestic thing, and then suddenly that. But no, it was really entertaining. I loved it. It was great. So yeah, I can't wait to see next week as well. See what's happening. I'm also on Twitter at Senrith_, and other than that, I'll be here next week. Can't wait. It's gonna be good.
Thanks so much, Chris. So that was awesome. I really enjoyed it, and it ain't over yet because we have got some Atomic Cthulhu starting here in just a few minutes' time. So stick with us, my friends, and we'll be jumping into that, of course, same time each week for this show, monthly modules, 1 p.m. Eastern every Monday. You can go back and watch, I think, tomorrow or the day after the first YouTube episode is coming out there. And thanks to Superboski, I will put that on there for Myth as we dive into today's game. But thank you guys for watching, and until next time, try not to draw too many nat ones because we want to be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty, everyone.